Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? Project Nerd, what's good? Danny Landis is in the building, y'all. What's happening? What's good? What's good? What's good? James Peralta, what's good? Yo, we almost gave it away yesterday. We almost gave it away yesterday, y'all. We almost gave it away. It's crazy. It was crazy. What's good, everybody? The new Knicks was good. What's good, everybody? Good to see y'all. Party people, what's going on? What is going on? Man, I look sleepy. Maybe I need a disguise. How was that? Do I look better now? Can you tell us Uncle Freezy with the disguise on? Sin Miz, what's good? Sin Miz. Oatmeal with raisins, toast with avocado spread. You hear me? Oatmeal with raisins, orange juice, toast with avocado spread. Yo, wait a minute. Yo, I look sleepy, man. I look tired. I'm gonna throw on the disguise. How about this? Can y'all tell us Uncle Freezy? What's good? Chris Chang, what's good? Frederick, what's good? What's good? What's popping? What's happening, party people? What's good? What's good? Yo, yeah, man. With that disguise on, can you tell? Hi, this is Uncle Freezy, right? All right, let me go into the disguise. Can y'all tell it's me? Chris Chang. Hey, you might have the most popular name of all time, dog. Chris Chang. How many Chris Changs do you know? Legit. Legit now. Hey, don't hold me, man. For real. How many Chris Changs you know? I know personally like two. One from high school in New Jersey, and then one in the military. Andrew College was good. Chris Chang is like, yo, you can't hide that big head freezy, right? Nah, you can tell it's me. Wait a minute. So this is me without the disguise. This is me with the disguise. Are you telling me I can't rob a bank now? You telling me I can't rob a bank now? What's good? So Christian, in fact, there are a lot of us. I met three. Is that? I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. I'm not on that BS with that. I'm telling you. I knew one from high school, one from Dickinson High School in Jersey City, New Jersey, and then I met another one in the military. Right? David, Mister, you don't know me. What up, Freezy? Love the show. Great content. And your stories are amazing. Knicks Nations was good. Yep. 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 White Falcon. What's good? What's good? Y'all get that energy up this morning too, by the way. It's Monday morning. Y'all get that energy up, right? Get that energy up. We ain't playing this morning. We ain't playing this morning. We're gonna have a good show, right? We're gonna have a great show. You know what I'm saying? Get that energy up. Danny, what's good? Felipe 210 is in the building. What's good, Uncle Freezy? And salute to the KMD fam. Yo, what's good? What's good? Yo, hey, yesterday, the Lawrence Tears family needed a much deserved day off because everybody was rock and rolling on all cylinders, like working on a live stream, working behind the scenes on these shows that we trying to put out. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Jermaine Royster's in the building. What's good? Mr. Royster, the dog ate my homework. Hey, Mr. Royster, the dog ate my homework. What's good? What's good? Why are you giving us homework on a Friday anyway, Mr. Royster? What's happening? Yo, what's good, man? How you doing? Yo, Jay Boogie's in the building. What's good? Jay Boogie. Yo, all I hear, the behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Like behind the live streams, and you know what I'm saying, when we get in our little text message chat groups and when we doing our Lawrence Tears production, we got a couple of shows we trying to bring y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 of them actually. We got some new episodes of Knicks versus and we're gonna put out. You know what I'm saying? We got a new joint coming out. I want Ghetto Intellect to introduce that himself. And then we got a thing with Hoodie Kev and myself called the Pick and Roll Podcast. We're trying to work on. I'm trying to get some schedules lined up. Everybody is like, yo, this cat Jay Boogie is the truth. Yo, everybody talk good about Jay Boogie, man. It's and to have a good reputation is a dope thing because a reputation is not what you want people to say about you. A reputation is what others say about you. You know what I'm saying? And to have a good reputation means something. You know, Project Nerd. That logo is dope. Yeah, y'all. Peace to the chat. Hey, how bad of a coach do you have to be? Right? Follow me. Follow me, right? How bad of a coach do you have to be in order to get fired after you lose to the Knicks? How bad of a coach do you have to be in order to get fired after you lose to the Knicks? Right? Wacko Knicks fanatic was good. Fizdale level bad, Frederick? You have to be Fizdale level bad in order to get fired 10 minutes after you lose to the Knicks. So Project Nerd says that's some David Fizdale level ish. Yo. Hey, yo, hey, so CC says, that's like getting fired on your day off, Craig. Top flight security of the world, Craig. It's not how bad of a coach are you, it's how bad of a franchise are you that you were interviewing coaches before you fired the current coach. Yeah, that's some backstabbing, slimy, snake in the grass stuff. But it's Minnesota. So what do you expect? Not the state of Minnesota. I'm talking about the Timberwolves. It's the Timberwolves. What do you expect? I mean, what do you expect? I mean, listen. Nobody caps. No, oh, not cap. Nobody pounds the table for a grown man to lose his job, right? Nobody does that. Nobody, right? Nobody really does that. Nobody I know really does that. Like pound the table for somebody to lose, for another man to lose their job, right? But to stab a man in his back, you know what I'm saying? And you on the man, Yo, that's some low down. That's some snub. But that's the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. That's who they are. That's who they are. Remember when they broke up their young core because they didn't want to pay him? Remember the young core they had? It was um Marbury, Garnett, and Gugliotta, and they had a young shooting guard too. I can't. I think his name was like Chris Carr or something. I can't remember what his name is, right? But you remember when they didn't want to pay the young core? They let Gugliotta walk. They were like, nah, we can get you, man. Yo, Minnesota's trash. To quote the great American patriot, to quote the great American patriot and icon of this country, Joe Budden, trash. To quote the great American patriot and iconic American hero, Joe Budden, trash. Trash. That organization in Minnesota has some explaining to do. I know it's the West, but how do you have Kevin Garnett and waste his career, and then they have Kevin Love and nothing? And how do you keep giving them the number one pick? How do you keep giving them the number one pick? Right? They'll probably get that. They'll probably get it this year. How do you keep giving them the number one pick, man? Come on, Minnesota. I mean, what y'all doing? Y'all think y'all are? Y'all think y'all the Pelicans or something where y'all can just get the number one pick every year? Who y'all think y'all are? Cleveland? Where y'all can just get the number one pick whenever y'all feel like it? Come on, Minnesota. The Knicks got the number one pick one time, and y'all still talk about a damn frozen envelope. Right? The Knicks got the number one pick one time. Right? And y'all still talking about a doggone secret handshake. A frozen envelope, a secret handshake, or whatever, right? The Knicks get the number one pick one time, and y'all are like Roswell, New Mexico, aliens, dinosaurs, all this stuff, right? The Knicks get the number one pick one time, and y'all are like, secret societies and all kind of stuff. It's a frozen envelope. All kind of conspiracy theories. The Knicks get the number one pick one time. Y'all get the number one pick about every 7 years, and y'all still ain't won nothing. Come on. Do I look like can y'all see me through this disguise though? Look. This is me. This is Uncle Freezy, right? This is Uncle Freezy. Can y'all tell it's me now? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't need a disguise, but I mean, Hey, CC says we need another frozen envelope. You would pick. That would be so dope. That would make our year right there. That would make our year. Dripmore is in the building. What's good? What's good? Yo, Drippy, we need to come with that energy today, man. It's Monday. We start these weeks off right. Right? We bring that energy. You know what I'm saying? We bring that energy. Right? We bring that energy on Mondays for sure. For sure. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about that win last night? That was almost a loss. Yo, did somebody bring me flowers? Oh, that's dope. Okay. Y'all see that joint over my shoulder? That's when you know people love you. You know what I mean? When people sneak in flowers and stuff, they just throw flowers in a vase to let you know that you appreciate it. I think I know who the culprit is, right? I think I know who the person is that bought flowers. Can y'all see him back there? Or back right there? Can y'all see those? That's dope. That's dope right there. Kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, more energy. I feel you. I feel you. Drippy, one of these days we're gonna have to talk about that word more. Just when you get like 7 or 8 hours for a conversation. Roll Brown was good. Roll Brown. Roll Brown says Minnesota coach just got fired. That's what happens when you lose to the Knicks. Out salute to everybody. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully Steve Kerr's getting fired Tuesday. Bam. Hopefully, if that's the trend. Hey, Steve Kerr, don't want wish you much luck, but I'm weighing a win that gets us to 500 versus your coaching career versus a win that gets us to 500. I need to get to 500, Steve Kerr. Sorry, Steve, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr, look, your coaching career or a win that gets us to 500. Your coaching career, a win that gets us to 500. Your coaching career, yeah, I need to get to five. I need to see to get to 500. Right? I need to get to 500. Frederick is like, bye bye, Kerr. Deuces. Peace. Why not MSG is apparently where coaches go to die. So Rip Kerr and the rest of the league, LOL. Hey, I'm not LOL in that. Rip. Rip. Right? I don't care what RIP stands for in this case, as long as the Knicks win. They can stand for running plays for all I care. As long as the Knicks win, right? As long as the Knicks win. Christoph says, morning up freezing from New Mexico, great win. New York out west or hashtag New York out west. What's good, Christoph? How you feeling this morning, bro? How you feeling this morning? What are you doing in New Mexico? Are you from New Mexico? You out there for business? You in the military? Are you at Roswell? Are you searching for the frozen envelope for us to get the number one pick in the draft? Let me know. Let me know. Because in order for the Knicks to get the number one pick, you gotta have Roswell, New Mexico. You gotta have the Bermuda Triangle. You gotta have Public Enemy number one. You gotta have DB Sweeney. You gotta have Ancient Aliens. You gotta have all kinds. You gotta have ancient civilizations building pyramids. You gotta have all that stuff in order for the Knicks to get the number one pick. But if you're Minnesota, all you gotta do is just be yourself, right? Roll Brown says you guys were mad funny last night. Trash talking about who is best at debating. You need to bring your A game to step into that arena, and that is for sure. So Jamie Peralta says the NBA dislikes New York. What? Are you serious? Hey, big dog, I'm here to tell you that I've been knew that even before the frozen envelope. Even before the frozen envelope, man. I've been knew that. Yeah. Yo, y'all are relentless. Y'all are cynic. Y'all are relentless, man. Chris Shane says the good Lord, luck, a little voodoo, all of that. Yeah, all of that. A Ouija board, you know what I'm saying? A rabbit's tail, a frog leg, you know, all of that. Mind Space Invader is in the building. What's good? The Knicks head coach job becomes the last coaching job for many of men. Yep. Project Nerd HQ says there's no conspiracy theory that's greater than the frozen envelope. Bigfoot, no. No frozen envelopes, yes. JFK, no. Frozen envelopes, yes. Alex, LOL, Alex Jones about to do a special on Ewing. Thank you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The look on the commissioner's face when he said, and with the number two pick goes to the Indiana Pacers. Right. So first of all, the rivalry was born right there because Indiana probably felt like they should have got the pick, right? But whatever. I forget who they got. I think they might have took like Wayman Tisdale on somebody. I'm an old man. Don't judge me on this weird Jeopardy knowledge. Any of y'all have that weird Jeopardy knowledge? Like you legit know the answer to questions that people don't ask. Like you have a treasure trove of knowledge about the questions people don't ask, right? Think about what I'm saying, right? Like you legit have a treasure trove of knowledge. Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said. Now Siri wants to be the co-host. Look at that. Siri wants to be the co-host. Nobody's talking to you, Siri. Nobody's talking. Nobody's gonna say that name that prompts your iPhone to jump into conversations. Christoph says from Queens, but a nuke worker out here. Hey, be safe, bro. Hey, you know what? I don't really have to tell you to be safe because I'm sure y'all have a whole bunch of precautions in place, right? But yeah, be safe out there anyway, bro. Be safe out there anyway. And yo, I need to get my energy up, man. I feel like I'm letting y'all down with the energy, man. I might need some coffee or something. So Chris Chang says, yes, Freezy, countless hours of random YouTube videos, LOL. Knowledge is knowledge. Right. I bet you can answer like the weirdest questions ever, right? But nobody will ask them because they don't feel like it's cool. Like you just can't go up to somebody and ask them like a weird, like an abstract question so that you'll have the answer to it, right? Zach's coach's desk is in the building. He says, Cat sure choked at the end, missing that shot. Hey, anybody in here has ever seen a cat choke? No, I'm talking about a cat, like a feline. You ever seen like a cat trying to come up off of like like a hairball or something? They have like this weird arch in their back, and it looks like they're about to legit have another cat out of their mouth, though. You know what I'm saying? They legit look like their life counter is gonna click, like roll over, like the odometer on your car. Remember the old analog odometers that used to have the number turn or whatever on it? Like the cat's life is legit going from 1 to 2 on that old odometer, and you're watching it. You ever seen a cat choke? Yo, we bugging out this month. As a matter of fact, I need to put a disguise on. Right? I think I need to put a disguise on. Let me do. Can y'all tell us me? Nah, for real. Can y'all tell us me? Let me throw this invite in here in the chat. Right? Let me throw this invite in here in the chat, man, so we can get some, so we can get this, so we can legit get this party started. I feel like I need to get my energy level up. Right? Nobody brings energy like the Knicks morning drive. The original. The original. Bam. The Knicks morning drive, man. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. You watching Lawrence Tears. This is the Knicks morning drive. We do this every day or most days. How about that? So our goal was to do about 300 of these per year, right? Knicks morning drive, about 300 of these per year. So we set the bar low so we can do about 350. I can tell you about 300, and if we do 350, we still did good. Yeah, good money. The duck looking at me crazy. The duck, hey, is the duck looking over my shoulder? Is the duck looking? Is the duck looking over my shoulder? That's what it is. What? Oh no, the duck is trying to look around the flowers. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Yo, man, how y'all feel about that win last night against Minnesota? Somebody tell me something. Because I was nervous. When the Knicks jumped out to that big lead against Minnesota, I was like, oh boy. This is the KOD right here. This is the KOD. When the Knicks jumped out to that big lead, I was like, oh, damn. Because it's like the Knicks offense only have a certain number of bullets in their gun. And when they shoot them all up, you're like, oh, that's what I would. Yo, hey, Mo is in the chat. What's good, Mo? Mo, what's good? Yo, y'all show some love for Mo in the chat, man. Somebody put some thumbs up in the chat for Mo. Right? Mo, hey, Mo is legit one of the stars of this channel. Right? Hey, shout out to Stephen Fox, too. Right? Stephen Fox had a doctor's appointment. That's why he's not here right now showing y'all love. Y'all know if Foxy wasn't legit in the doctor's office, he'll be calling y'all out one by one, showing y'all love, blowing y'all kisses, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man Stephen Fox, who had a doctor's appointment, man. I hope all go well. Jamie Peralta says, Freezy, New York Knicks always has. Yo, stop playing, man. This ain't funny, Jamie. This ain't funny. I'm trying to be serious, bro. I'm trying to be serious. You see, I have a disguise on. Hold on. Okay, so here I am, right? Me? What's good, Coach Zach?
What's up? Oh, man. Started snowing out of nowhere in Pennsylvania today.
Oh, wow.
So I dropped Milo off, and I go early because the line gets crazy.
Yeah.
It started snowing to the point where you can't really see in front of you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I leave, and I didn't move for 25 minutes.
Right.
Because people can't drive in the snow up here.
Oh, in Pennsylvania, they can't drive in the snow?
Oh, no. We're the type of people here that'll go get like 10 gallons of milk, 25 loaves of bread for like 5 inches of snow because they don't know how to act.
And buy up all the Newports. You legit.
That's me regardless. Just Marlboro Reds. Not That's me every day.
Dog. So I live in South Carolina, right? So I live in South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And legit, when a snowflake hits the ground, the state shuts down. Dog, I'm telling you, the governor will interrupt the Jerry Springer show live.
Oh, man.
Live.
Not Jerry Springer.
Fully dressed, right? The governor will interrupt the Jerry Springer show, right? Fully dressed with a sign language interpreter behind them or on the screen with them saying a snowflake hit the ground in some weird abstract place in South Carolina, so the state is shut down for a week and a half.
That's why everybody on Jerry Springer be fighting, because they don't know how to act when they hear there's snow.
Right, because their show keeps getting cut from an hour to 30 minutes because a snowflake landed in the middle of Lake Moultrie. So the rest of the state is shut down for a week and a half.
Wow. Can't cancel school for the rest of the year.
Yes. And dog, look, and here's the thing. Right. Hey, so Coach Zach, I let me do this real quick. Hey, what's up, Hector?
What's good, baby? Zach,
what's up, man? What's up, bro?
So y'all see me, right? Y'all see me without the disguise on?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna put the disguise on real quick, man. And y'all let me know if y'all recognize me. Can y'all recognize me?
Who are you?
Who? I don't. Where's Freezy?
Oh, good job, man! I love this disguise, man. I love this disguise.
Is that Ron
I mean,
Cleveland? What
hey,
show am I
hey,
on?
hey, man, hey, look, wait a minute. Let me
think
do this.
ESPN is hijacking the feed, Uncle Freezy.
Hey, go, Zach, wait a minute. Let me do this. What about now? No? Okay.
Is that Foxy? Is
Okay.
that one of the morning drives?
Oh, he can't. Oh, the doctor appointment's over.
Stevie Moon?
Doctor appointment's over.
The doctor's up. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So he might have got a clean bill of health. Yeah. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yo,
Oh,
Anthony D.
man.
Anthony D was good. Was good. Hey, so peace to Sin Miz, man. I was talking to Sin Miz about a week ago about healthy eating. Hey, Sin Miz, this thing ain't no joke, bro. And this morning I legit had oatmeal with raisins, right? 2 pieces of toast with avocado spread and orange juice. Bro, the only place I messed up is I should have drank water because the orange juice is loaded with carbs. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that. But
orange juice is always good for you in moderation.
Yep.
And Sin, to reply to you, I'm still waiting on your contact information, and 2, it's a long process to get that converted to toilet paper. So it's going to take a while to get that Frank jersey out to you in a roll of toilet paper, man.
Yeah.
Zach, you're a savage.
Yeah.
Hey Zach, I sent that link that you told me about the car channel to a few of my friends from Apex. So they've been watching a few of those videos. They're waiting for you to jump on.
Oh, thanks, bro. We were supposed to do one this weekend, but we got busy.
I'm just waiting. Just know I'm waiting for you, baby.
All right, man.
Yo, no lie. Y'all know I like to bring the energy on Monday mornings, bro. I mean, but I'm telling you, if we had lost to the Timberwolves last night, I would have come in here early and scorched the earth. Right?
It would have been the Jerry Springer show.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer would have been proud. Jerry Springer would have legit came on and been like, Hector, this is a circus.
The duck behind you would have had a Band-Aid over the face. The teddy bears would have been missing a head.
Right.
The duck would have been the pink teddy bear's baby dad.
Yes. The envelope would have been stapled to the wall.
The white bear next to the teddy bear, the other teddy bear would have been beating the crap out of the pink one because that's the pink one's husband.
Yep. Ducky, you are not the father. and Ducky would have been smoking a Marlboro Red like, I told y'all I wasn't the father.
You know, like all of that is staged. Like I had a friend of mine that like there's a clip of him on Jerry Springer, like him and his 2 cousins with a made up story. Like all of that is just all staged.
Well, yeah. The sad part is it probably doesn't have to be. There's probably enough stories out there that it doesn't have to be
definitely.
Dude, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna tell you, yo, people and I'm gonna get back to the Knicks and Timberwolves, but I'm gonna just say this. People so I live in South Carolina, and people in South Carolina are batch crazy. Dog. I'm telling you, dog. Hector, when I
believe you,
dog. When you hear those stories about the cousins in the trailer park, bro.
Listen, my sister just moved down to South Carolina like a couple of years ago, and she's done told me some crazy stories.
Dog. Okay. Oh, look, hey, Coach Cheese Carter is in the chat. Coach Cheese Carter was good.
Oh. Good morning, Carter.
Was good. Things will be looking up until our coach forces a bad trade for Bill Olivine and his win now approach. I feel you on that. I'm hoping that's not the case because I have a Bradley Beal take or thought. And I hate saying take because take seems like it's some kind of contrived thing that I bring just to troll people, right? And I don't do that, right? I legit process stuff. Y'all know how it is. You know how you outside by yourself, maybe you walk into the mailbox or something, and then a thought just come to you or whatever, something like that, or you're on the throne, or you're just walking around in the quiet place, whatever, and thoughts just come to you. See that's what I used to try to remember them. Now I have to write these joints down because sometimes I forget so quickly because I speak to so many different people, and so I'm thinking about what they said, trying to be original to myself. and then all these things are happening, and so sometimes I forget. But let me say this one thing about the T Wolves though. The T Wolves game. I'm sorry. When I saw the Knicks go up by 20, I legit thought we were going to lose by 13. And the reason being is because the Knicks only have a limit. The Knicks have a limited offense, and when they use it up all in one stretch, they can't go back to the well and get any more offense. You know what I mean? Like they don't have a Terrence Ross to bring up their bench, or we don't have a Terrence Ross to bring off our bench. We don't have a Jordan Clarkson, you know what I'm saying, to come off our bench and legit just catch fire for a few minutes until the offense can it's like the old truck. You ever had a truck or a car that you have to continuously crank and crank it? You have to turn that key, and you're like, okay, come on, baby, you can do it. You got to talk to it. You can do it. And when she finally busts off, you like, okay, I got to let you run for a while because if I turn you off, you might not restart. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I know Coach Zach comes from a place where his Lamborghinis don't actually have a key, push button. You know what I'm saying?
I wish.
But for those of us that live regular, like average American,
come on.
You know what I'm saying? Some of us have to go out there and talk to Dorothy or whatever you named your car. You know what I'm saying?
I got to do the same thing.
Come on, Doc. I need to go to the store, man.
I smack the dash a little bit.
I talk to my Metro card every morning.
Oh, baby, please have something on here.
Please, just one ride so I get to work. Just one ride. I'll hop on the way home.
Right. Please don't let it snow. Come on, baby. You know, but that's the Knicks offense. And y'all know this to be true because you will legit see the Knicks hit on all cylinders sometimes. Like you legit see Julius Randle defer to a red hot Reggie Bullock. Now I know. And listen, I know this is one.
He just said red hot Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, but a red hot Reggie Bullock, like once a month. Like he'll hit 6 threes in the quarter, like once every 42 days, right? But the thing about it is you're like, oh snap, we are wasting Julius Randle's offense right now because Bullock is hot. God dog it. And then once Bullock cools down, you're like, this team is gonna come back. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when D Rose goes one from 8 from the field. You know, if he would have just made a few more shots we wouldn't be even having this conversation.
Him and Quickly don't need to be slumping at the same time.
Yeah, 2 games back to back.
Let me do this because I need the energy boost, and I owe it to everybody. Y'all check this out.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Yo, White Falcon, don't start that, bro. White Falcon, I see you. You and Ron Cleveland. I think White Falcon 44 is a Ron Cleveland burner account.
Why? What do you say?
They are talking about the Knicks might get Kawhi Leonard. Look. Not in a trade. Not in the trade, right? Not in the trade. They're saying Kawhi Leonard is going to sign it as a free agent, right? Not in the trade. Not us giving up the farm for a dude and him have no other choice to come, but the dude's going to opt out of that perfect situation and come to New York and
Well,
fight for
is it a perfect situation though? Like I'm not saying he's
better than
gonna
New
come to the
York.
Knicks. It's better than New York, but is it a perfect situation?
Oh,
He
Roswell,
got
New
Pandemic
Mexico.
P throwing
Here
it to
here
the
go.
third row. He got Patrick Beverly fouling everybody. He got
Right. Hey, man.
perfect
So
situation.
Hector is feeding into this conspiracy
No.
theory.
And
And next thing you know, we're going to be talking about
No. I'm not feeding into no conspiracy theory. I just pointed out that it may not be perfect.
Okay. So why is it not perfect?
Just because of what happened in the bubble last year, just because of losing Montrezl Harris and the team that attracted Kawhi to the Clippers is not there anymore. Like a lot of those pieces are gone when you talk about Zubac, when you talk about like what the coach like that year that those young players actually made a run before Kawhi got there, they were the top defensive team of the year in the league. Last year when Kawhi and PG was there, they weren't even top 10. And that's what everyone kept talking about was their defense. Yeah, they got Kawhi and PG with two phenomenal defensive players, but then the rest of the team
And
is
Bev.
lacking. Yeah, and
solid
Pevs, yeah.
defender.
No.
But-
Pev is a top defender, but when it comes to playmaking, they don't have a playmaker, and that's been their problem. That's why they couldn't go get D Rose because their salary was crazy. They couldn't afford to bring in that salary. They didn't have the contracts to match up.
Right.
But that's
Right.
that sounds like a Paul George and Kawhi Leonard problem. They don't have enough playmaking. They got two of some of the best players in the league. They should be able to
And
play.
they have
make.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that.
Well, there are 30 teams in the league, right? And then you have two top 20 players. So make it work.
So
Right. So make that thing work out.
maybe.
Yeah, because the Knicks are a top.
You think their playmaking issues bad?
Right. So the Knicks made
Derrick Rose is our best point guard.
do the Knicks have a top 30 player? Possibly, maybe 28,
So
27.
kinda, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, for those teams that have 2 or 3 top 30 players, I'm like, your drama is not my drama. my drama, and so I have drama when the Knicks are down by 2 and with 4 minutes left to go in the game, and my point guard options are Derrick Rose and Elfrid Payton. See, that's drama. You know what I'm saying? Their drama is which future Hall of Famer is going to take the final shot. You know what I'm saying? That's their drama. You know what I'm saying?
Ours is like Derrick Rose looking like the best point guard we had since Mark Jackson.
Right.
Hey, don't be throwing trash on Linsanity.
or fat and or skinny Raymond Felton.
Depending on.
Felton before the gun charge.
Before the McRib came back at McDonald's.
The McRib is back, baby.
The Mick Felton is back.
The Mick Felton.
The Mick Felton is back, baby. And no lie, I know a dude that went to lunch early because the McRib was back. Right? A dude legit went to lunch at 11:30 because the McRib was back. This was like 1993-ish. Something like that.
I've never even had a McRib and I refuse. I can't do it.
I don't eat pork, so I don't trust that mystery meat.
That's not even pork, so we can't.
No, I don't trust that mystery meat. I don't eat pork, so
yeah, man. And to be honest with you, I don't do. Man, listen, I miss meat, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like you know how
just eat it.
You know how your cousin used to come up for the summer every year, and then like when it was time for him to leave, you know you weren't gonna see him until next summer. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh man.
But that's that cousin you keep getting in trouble with.
Yeah. Like the McRib. Like the McRib, right? That's how I miss meat, man. I mean, I don't mess with it anymore, right? Because dog, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I told y'all I scrapped the vegan thing. I was just like, enough of this mess, man. I'm gonna go get me some GD Taco Bell. Right? I went and got Taco Bell, and the girl was like, "Welcome to Taco Bell. How may I help you, sir? Give me everything you got." And she was like, and so she was like, "Is this a robbery? Is this a robbery?" I'm like, "No, girl, calm down, calm down."
Like that one
a
show.
number 7.
What show is it? What show is it with that? His name was Ron, and he was like, I give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Just go in there, just the whole
do you
left
want
side
like
of
a
the
large?
menu.
He goes, I did not stutter.
Yeah,
And you know what you heard was give me a lot of bacon and eggs, but what I distinctly said was give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
right.
Thank you.
Right. And thank you. And can you hurry up, please?
Pretty please, hurry up.
I don't want any of it boxed to go. Just put it all on a plate.
I'm double parked. like, hurry up. Yeah, but so I legit ate Taco Bell, and I was man, I was enjoying myself.
Your home throne got a splatter job.
But bro, the thing I did to that throne, is legit.
Took paint off the walls.
Right, legit. I could have got 37 charges and
you went to jail for life.
Yes, and I know that sounds disgusting, and I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
great.
And
we all got to switch to lactate milk at some time in our life.
Yeah, man. So back to this T-Wolves game, man. I legit once the Knicks went up by 20, I'm like, yo, we don't legit have no more ammo in the gun, right? Because RJ was going to the basket, missing those easy 5-footers. Oh my God, RJ Barrett.
What else is new?
Hey, you know, and so a dude I know said this, right? A dude that I know personally. After the game, we were just chopping it up, right? He was like, "Yo, I bet you the answer is RJ Barrett needs glasses."
Like Rudy Gay back in the day, he had to get contacts.
Yes. They were like, he was like, "Dog, I bet you it's not even a
mechanical or anything."
Yeah. It's this young fellow probably just needs glasses. And I don't
get him the Urkel glasses, walk him out there.
Yeah, he was like, "Nah, get
Did
it."
I do that?
That's basically what he was saying. He was like, "Yo, he needs the glasses like Radar from MASH." You remember that show MASH? The dude Radar, like he legit needs glasses like Radar. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he was like John Staley in Bad Boys.
Yes. He's like, hey, yo, get your man RJ some glasses, and he'll average 26 a game. So,
hopefully, he's not that stubborn. If that really was the solution, I figured he would have figured it out by now.
It could be that it's probably just off by a little bit, and he doesn't recognize it. Because sometimes you could be off by just a little bit of your prescription and not recognize it.
I will walk to the garden myself and poke contacts in his eye.
Right. I'll poke him in there for him.
We can have the name the Blorence Tears contacts.
Yes. Yes.
Damn it, RJ! This is my prescription. It might be a little strong.
Yo,
here it is.
Hey, Coach Zach, you remember that kid Josh Hamilton? Remember Josh Hamilton?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He used to play with the baseball player.
Yeah.
You remember? He was like batting like 270s. He was batting like 270. Whatever he was batting with Tampa Bay.
A couple of 220 years, yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like, I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, yeah, because in the batting cage, I'm killing it, but I get out here, and it was like, yo, a dude was like, yo, get your eyes checked. How often do you get your eyes checked? He was like, eyes checked? Never. I'm good. And he went to go get his eyes checked. He was blind as a bat and didn't know it.
Part of it was he needed to stop bumping.
Well, yeah. I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
I'll say it, I don't care.
Bumping and hitting the can. Stop hitting the can, Josh Hamilton, and you'll be okay.
But Brian McCann went through the same thing. His last 3 years in Atlanta, he had to get glasses.
People with light blue eyes in baseball have trouble. They have trouble seeing the ball during the day game.
Yep. And so after that, he was batting. I think he won a league MVP after that, right?
I don't know. He hit like 3 million home runs in the home run derby.
Yeah, and still lost.
Yeah. So I think so White Falcons like Leave RJ alone. Leave RJ alone, right?
Yes, leave RJ alone.
Be like that
Hey,
traditional,
he makes
that
the
trademark
most
YouTuber, the lady. Leave RJ alone.
right.
Leave him alone.
he makes the most ridiculous and out of worldly shots, but when it comes to like the easy ones that are right there, he clunks the back of the rim.
Right.
If you're lucky, he'll hit the rim.
Right. It's because his prescription is off in his contacts. He should just go ahead. He should legit just go
Maybe
ahead
that's
and
what
get
Frank
surgery.
needed this whole time.
No,
Give him
Frank
some contact.
Frank needs the heart, like the heart from the
Frank
Wizard
needs
of Oz.
Jesus.
He needs the heart from the tiger from the
Frank
Yo,
needs Jesus.
my man was like, so all right, so these dudes that work around me, right? They legit hate the Knicks, right? So it's like they're running joke. It's like whatever is grimy to say about the Knicks, they just say it. Like so as we get together, they like, yo, I was watching this movie, John Q. And I was like, oh yeah, you was watching John Q? And he was like, yeah, it was about this dude who stuck up a hospital because the Knicks needed a heart transplant. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So we're off to a good start. Okay, I got y'all. I feel y'all. Y'all are legit. Whatever grimy you can say about the Knicks, y'all just be. And they're not. It's not even like they're Nets fans. These are like Sixers fans.
My son's uncle, his mom's brother, is a Sixers fan, and he'll always bust my balls about it. He sent me a YouTube link yesterday of Julius Randle, like a compilation of last year's spin move turnovers to the song "You Spin My Head Right Round." It was like 20 minutes straight, and he said hashtag never forget.
Oh man, that's when I was in class just recently for like this past year. That's all. Oh, you're a Knicks fan? Oh, it was over every day. I was like a dartboard.
Right. No, hey, no doubt. So GI is in the building.
Hey, who is that? Who is that?
Hey, the bow tie.
Let them know that real distinguished gentlemen wear bow ties. Tell them real distinguished gentlemen wear bow ties.
What? And dance like that.
Or cats trying to fake it till they make it.
Either or. So you win-win.
Right, man. Hey, how you this morning, brother?
I'm good. Caught a lot of this show last night. I'm glad you came in at the tail end because I almost stopped being a Knicks fan. But I just wanted to let you know you saved my Knicks fandom.
Because of Cav, right? Cav was like,
was it that bad?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was
right. Hey,
Hadouken, you are amazing, man. There's some amazing kids being raised in this world. Sometimes you think a lot of them are disrespectful and they're impatient. And Hadouken just gave me life and the young children. I mean, I shouldn't say children. I'm 50, but the younger Knick fandom. They're knowledgeable. They stand on their square. They don't get emotional. Some of the old guys should actually take some lessons from some of the younger guys.
Right. Yeah. So the thing is with bringing up a point or a thought, right? See, a thought. What people fail to realize is your thought is only your thought until it's spoken, right? Once it's spoken, it's no longer yours because
now
you
a Mark
shared
Berman
it.
article.
Yeah, well, basically, right, basically.
Ian Begley.
From your mouth to his pen, right.
The Isola. It's Isola.
Right. But you know, once you speak something, it's shared, right? So you can't do revisionist history. You can't revise it along, right? In a setting where you're conversing, you know what I'm saying, a back and forth between individuals, you can't guide the thought to people's ear the way that you thought it in your head. Because people are going to perceive what they hear based on their experiences also. So even like if I say it's raining outside, as soon as y'all hear it, y'all are going to think about what it's like outside to y'all. Like what your environment is like and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all going to perceive it a different way. You're not going to perceive it the way that I had it in my mind unless we have the same shared experiences. right? So Kev took advantage of that last night and tried to run with it. Like he was like, "Yo, trade Julius Randle to the
What?
Timberwolves for trade Julius Randle to the Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns, and
Ah!
you'll get the same production." And I'm like,
Head
"No,
up.
Kev."
How'd he
And
do
I'm
when
up.
it was winning time? How'd he do when it was winning time last night?
right,
How did he
right,
do?
right. And so I was trying to tell Kev, you argue with Hadoken, right, about this, but the Timberwolves will never take a Julius Randle trade straight up for Karl Anthony Towns because even though hey y'all anybody in here ever been to the club? You ever been to the club and it's like the random girl who all week long her and her girls couldn't wait to get to the club so they can get smashed. They get drunk and pretend to be overly smashed when they're really
They
not.
drank one beer. I'm still
Oh my
wasted.
god! Hold my
Oh
hair so I can
God.
pull up in the scratch
Oh.
can. Yeah, that's the you know what I'm saying. How did they take things to the extreme? So Kev took things to the extreme. Kev was like, but
So Kev
but
had that one beer last night.
yeah, no, you know how the girls come through with the tray with the drinks that glow in the dark or
The
whatever.
Jello shots.
The
Yeah,
sparkles.
yeah, whatever. And she's like, I'm just gonna drink half of that. Oh my god, I'm so wasted. You know what I'm saying?
This
So
never happens to me.
Yeah, somebody
right,
spiked his drink.
right. So Kev is like, yo, and shout out to Kev too, by the way. So Kev is like, yo, Karl Anthony Towns can put up Julius Randle's production. And so I was like, Kev, you keep saying that, but what you fail to realize is in a trade for Karl Anthony Towns, the Knicks are not just giving up Julius Randle. They're giving up Mitch, like 3 or 4 first round picks, and maybe another young player, right? It,
And
it
that
may be
doesn't
it
get it
may be
done.
yeah, it may be quickly. You never know.
Might
But
be
you can't
3 more first rounders out on top of
right,
that.
And
right,
he's going to cost you more money as well.
but you can't compare Cat and Julius Randle when you know that there are other pieces that go along with the trade,
What's he averaging
right?
this year? if he
No,
did
he's
the
having
same
a
thing.
good season. He's having
Yeah,
a
but
good
he's
season. About
averaging
the
less
same.
numbers than Julius.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So
Right.
and the bigger piece is because I gotta protect Julius. And let me be fully transparent. I said the number one move in the offseason for the Knicks management is to trade Julius Randle. Before I met Freezy, before I first hit this link, before I showed my grill on the stream yards and
you weren't the only
broadcasted
one.
to the Blondes Tears family.
You weren't the
I
only
said
one.
the first move that needs to be done is to get rid of Julius Randle. Okay, so let me be clear. But now, seeing what I'm seeing, I don't know if we get any wins. Maybe we'll get a few, right? He is our point guard. He is our best scorer.
Best shooter.
He is hitting outside shots at a phenomenal rate. He is playing defense at the highest level he possibly
Rebounding.
can. He's not taking any plays off. And at the end of the game, he could have went last year, Julius Randle. But he
Right.
stayed with the Florida offense. He kept giving RJ a chance. And I heard y'all talk about RJ. I missed that. I need RJ to hit a few more buckets down the stretch. But that's okay. He's growing. This is a great opportunity.
He needs glasses.
But he is doing anything that Tibbs asked him to do.
Right.
And I just don't know how any true Knick fan wakes up and says, you know, I don't believe that Julius Randle guy. I just don't know why he's on this team. If there's anybody you gotta love this
And
season.
GI, in the same exact breath, when someone says Kevin Knox can do anything on the floor, and he needs to start. And
well,
win
it's a
his
new breath.
championships.
Well, honestly, he's gonna he's coming off the Kevin Knox bandwagon.
No, not just Kev. I'm talking like guys will say make any excuse for any young draft bust, but then when someone's actually performing, get rid of them now.
Was very important to note to his Randall for Cat trade is because it will unlock Obi Toppin. and Rose drafted Obi Toppin, and there's no way Obi Toppin's going to stay on the bench. And if you think that's going to happen, then you don't know Rose. And this is Rose's guy, and he's CAA. And it's just, I just almost did not. I just was like, this Knick fandom just is not worth it. It's just, I love the Blondes Cheers Network. Brought me closer to being a Knick fan. It makes me feel like I'm in the game, a part of management. And here is one of our stars of the channel talking about, blow it all up for Obi Toppin. Like, are you serious?
Well, do you realize
Toppin.
what I always say when people talk about that's Leon's boy, and that might be that's totally true. At the same time, who else is Leon Rose's boy and has been for longer?
Tibbs. Tibbs and Julius Randle.
Yeah, but I'm saying like at least Tibbs. Tibbs has been was one of his main clients
for like 30 years, right?
And so if Tibbs says we need Julius Randle, you messed it up with Obi,
right?
Or I'm not sure if he's saying that, but if he's going to trust Tibbs before he throws it all away for Obi Toppin.
Right.
So you don't know. Maybe down the line, like some other disgruntled star may want to get traded, and you could use Randle in it, and the trade for it. You don't know. You could just same way how we got Randle, and we could just build off of it. Let's keep him. He's shining. He's our all-star this year. But if a perfect trade scenario comes down the line, like in the next year for like a Dame Lillard or something of that level, not saying Dame before the chat kills me. I'm not saying Dame, but I'm just saying if it
Dame Lillard is overrated.
Oh my Lord!
I'm just saying, if it comes to the position that I could make us better, why not entertain it?
Don't get me this fired up in the morning, Freezy.
Dame Lillard Dame Lillard is a compiler. Dame Lillard is
yeah, and RJ Barrett only needs contacts.
Right. Well, Dame Lillard is like the dude that you bump into, and he's like, "Yeah, I have 27 cars," and then he shows you the cars, and you're like, "This is what you were bragging on."
Nah, he's a dude that's like, I got a BMW. He's like, dog, it's a 1988. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Dog? It's not.
Hey, there's loves for classics.
It's not even in stock condition, Dame Lillard.
It's all like
legit. I would right now at this very moment, and so I'm going to do a backtrack, right? So I'm gonna do a backtrack, and I want y'all to know that I'm backtracking. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? When I'm wrong, right? I will admit when I'm wrong, right? Bradley Beal is overrated. Right?
Finally.
And so I just want to say that, and also want to say this. Damian Lillard is overrated. Vastly overrated. Damian Lillard to me is what you would equate to a Craig Biggio in baseball.
I can't say
right. Right. Craig. So Craig Biggio is gonna
stand his. He got a big head. I can't stand him.
But Craig Biggio is gonna bat 300, and he's gonna get you 3,000 hits, right? But when the playoffs come, we see him.
You see Dame in the playoffs,
right? You see him, but I'm talking about in the games that matter. In the games that matter. Dame Lillard is always the dude on the other side of the poster. Like Dame Lillard is always the small dude in the background, right? While the Lakers are hoisting the championship, right? While the Raptors are hoisting the championship, while the Warriors are hoisting the championship, while the Spurs are hoisting the championship.
Yeah, let's see. Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum against 5 Hall of Famers. Okay.
Somebody hear that baby crying? Somebody hear that baby crying? Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit you with the hard facts on this, right? On Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard.
At least you're coming around on Bradley.
So here's the thing: Bradley Beal is not an alpha, right? And so I know what an alpha is, right? I know what a real life alpha is, right? Like. When I'm in a room with other people, like when I'm in a room with other men, right? I have this thing like, what he doing in here? You know what I'm saying? Don't he know I'm the man? I have like not this ego thing, but this thing like, yo, he better not be coming in here trying to steal my shine. This is my place, right? And then when I go to their place, I'm like, don't they know the man is here? I'm here now. We're gonna do stuff different. And it's a weird complex. It's not a good complex to have.
It's like the duck with all those teddy bears.
It's like the duck looking over my shoulder. Like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm
Don't you
saying?
know I'm the duck?
Don't you know I'm the duck? I'm yellow. But anyway, so I know what the alpha thing is, man. It's a so I graduated from the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy, right? In April of the year 2000, right? And before you get all your badges and you graduate and all these things, they do these psychological assessments, right? And the lady tells me that I have an alpha mentality. Like, right, this is what she tell me, right? She's like, you have an alpha mentality. And when I heard it, I was like, alpha, that means first, right? She was like, yeah, depending on the way you look at it, right? And she was like, so I was like, yeah, and she was like, because you have like a borderline, and trust me, she told me this to my face. This lady was like 5'1", right? I'm like, think about now, I'm 6'5". Back then I was like 6'5.5", like 303. I've been in the gym every day of my life, rocked up. You know what I'm saying? Like 9% body fat at 303. I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah. She was like, and I'm like a lion, right? And she was like, no, alpha mentality. Think of one of those beta fighting fish in a bowl. Every time they see another fish, they want to fight, right? And I'm like, but that's not the way I picture it in my mind. And she's like, of course, because you have one of those alpha type mentalities, like you want to take over everything. Why you want to be in charge of everything, and you think your way is the best way to do it, right? And I was like, but the Rock said, and she was like, exactly.
But the Rock said,
yeah, right. She was like, right. He's a character. He's a character. He doesn't live his life like that, right? And I'm like, but my whole life I heard that was a good trait. And she was like, how many of those people that said that actually went to school for psychology? And I was like, good point, right? And so I talked to her after that, and what she taught me was it's not the best mentality to have, right? Because it's one of those things you can grind on people and run people away, like grind people to I know what it is. I know what it is, right? So, but the thing though is in big moments, you need people like that. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like you needed Simba to turn into the alpha of the tribe when the tribe was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You needed him to turn into that because the tribe needed him, right? But some people are not that by nature. They can pretend to be that in stretches, but they can't live their life like that, right? They can put on the performance. They can be it in small doses, right? And they can take the shine of the alpha, but they can't take all that goes with. Like with me, I can take all that goes. Y'all been around me long enough. Y'all know, I have a sense of humor. Like when people get on me and troll me, I don't take it the wrong way. I laugh because I know at the end of the day, trolling is about things being funny. You know what I'm saying? So I can take, but the thing about cats like Bradley Beal is this. When he was playing him and John Wall in the backcourt together now, hear me out, together, when they were filling in back pieces, like when he drafted Kelly Oubre, when he drafted Otto Porter Jr., you know what I'm saying, when he signed Marcus Morris, you know what I'm saying? Bradley Beal could look like an alpha because he had the support support pieces, right? So Bradley Beal was like, yeah, I feel like I'm the franchise player and blah, 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 blah. Right. But when John Wall got hurt and those other pieces left via free agency or trade or whatever, when Bradley Beal was there by himself, you saw the beta mentality, right? Because when the roster was loaded, he was like, yeah, I feel like I'm the franchise player. But when the roster wasn't loaded, he was like, yo, this roster sucks. You know what I'm saying? So they made the playoffs with John Wall and Kelly Oubre and Marcus Morris and all those Martin Gortat and all those pieces, right? They made the play because Bradley Beal could just play on his little island, score his points without pressure, right? But once John Wall got injured and all those pieces left, that island that he was on got all the spotlight. And you notice that team started to lose. And now you hear these weird things like, they trade Bradley Beal, it's Bradley Beal on the trade block, blah, 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 blah. And Bradley Beal's like, yeah, I want to stay. I want to be a wizard for life and whatever. But and you know what an alpha would have done? An alpha would have played harder, even to their own detriment. You know what I'm saying? An alpha would have been like kicking it into gears that they didn't have because they want to be the number one thing. They want all the spotlight and attention.
Like his
Right?
teammate.
Right. And so like a Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan
Like
is
Russ.
an alpha mentality, right? And you because when you walk in a room with Michael Jordan, even when he's not speaking, he wants all the attention. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to be the best at everything. Golf, basketball, cards, whatever. Right? Bradley Beal is like, I only want to be an alpha when it's convenient for me to be an alpha. Otherwise, I prefer to be a beta. Right? Now, with that said, if you're the Knicks, do you trade for a part-time alpha, mostly beta? Did you give up your young core and a bunch of draft picks for a dude that's going to come here in New York, by the way, where the spotlight never turns off, and you're always scrutinized?
If I'm the Knicks, I hope that Washington realized they made a big mistake in getting Westbrook,
Right.
and that this will never work. And once you got Westbrook, you're not moving him anywhere. So if I'm the Knicks, I'm hoping Washington realizes, you know what? I need a couple of draft picks. I need to cut some salary.
Right.
So the couple of draft picks is easy. They don't ask for Quickly or Obi or RJ.
Right.
They just ask for a couple of draft picks and some other players to complete the trade, knowing that the Knicks can absorb $15 million in salary. So now once they trade Bradley Beal, they have $15 million left on their cap. That's the only way. And Zach, you remember, that's the only way I ever said it worked for me. If that's not the case, then I'm not trading for Bradley Beal.
Even with the draft picks, GI, it's like that's a little bit even too steep for me, because it's like we've never been in a situation for like 5 or 6 years that we control our draft picks and another team's draft picks. Draft capital is big. So is Bradley Beal the player that we're going to spend all our draft capital on? Like, is this the move that we make right now, or do we hold back, probably get like a small move, and then you don't know next year if a better deal comes in line that's not Bradley Beal? What if a better deal comes next year and then you shoot yourself in the foot because you already gave up assets for Bradley Beal?
Right.
It's got to be the right move.
And he's a beta, and he's gonna come here and be on the level with Julius Randle.
You know what made me laugh when I was watching the Houston-Washington game, and Wall and Westbrook got into it, and Bradley went right to Wall's side, just watched him argue with his own teammate.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So for me, if you told me I can dump salary, I can pick up $15 million more in salary, and dump a couple of draft picks and Frank and Knox just to make it work for Bradley Beal. Again, this is only a perfect scenario for the Knicks. If not, walk away. I don't think he's
yeah.
But if you tell me of the 7 draft picks we have the next 5 years, 2 of them would be Bradley Beal. If you could promise me that today, then no, I won't trade the draft picks.
Right.
But you can't guarantee that 2 players of the next 7 will be Bradley Beal, and that's what my response would be to you, Hector.
Yeah, you can't guarantee that, and you also can't guarantee RJ will develop into a Bradley Beal.
Well,
guys like that on the roster. Not saying anything bad about RJ. I'm just saying, like, you
can't guarantee anything with development.
Right.
You're right. So, but here's the thing, man. Bradley Beal to me is a 3-wood, right? And no lie, I love hitting the 3-wood off the tee, right? Because look, when I can take my 3 like no matter what the weather is like, if it's a new course, right? If it's a new course, something I hadn't played, and if I'm just not, and I went to the driving range before that, and I'm just not hitting it straight with my driver, I can grab my 3-wood. So I have a TaylorMade 3-wood, man, that I love, and she's old. Right, her name is Dorothy. Right, her name is Dorothy. Right, no lie, I can pull out Dorothy. But like legit. If say for instance, so say I have a hole where water is about 270. Right, I can pull out Dorothy and park that ball about 20 yards before the water. That way, I take the water out of play. Or if I've been spraying my for real. If I've been spraying my driver all over the place, I'm pulling out Dorothy. And my boys gonna be like, "Oh, there he go, pulling out Dorothy." And Dorothy got a special head cover. You know what I'm saying? And everything, because I can trust it, right? But Dorothy is not a driver, right? Trust me, Dorothy is not a driver, right? I buy drivers all the time looking for the perfect one, right? I'm always, you know what I'm saying? New drivers come out every season. I try to buy a new driver. If I find a good one, I shop for them in December before the next season starts when it'll be a little bit cheaper, right? But the thing is Bradley Beal is not a driver. Like you're not gonna certain drivers when you get one, and so I know GI is hitting it about 295 straight down the middle.
No.
With a
driver, right?
With a wedge.
With me, I'm probably doing about 275 in straight, right? As long as it's straight, that's all that matters to me, right? But with that 3-wood I got though, I don't care if the wind, I don't care if it's snowing, I don't care if there's a hurricane coming, right? I don't care if it's the worst golf course you ever seen in your life. When I pull out Dorothy, I know I'm getting 240 in straight, right?
You do know they say sometimes it's the carpenter and not the tools. You do know that,
right? I understand that, but you know what? I'm smart enough.
It's always the club's fault.
I'm smart enough to get golf lessons, right? I'm not gonna keep buying. So G, I know what I'm talking about. Like guys,
always,
they always like whenever the new clubs come out, like those Mizuno muscle back irons. You know what I'm saying? They come out there like, yo, you
back scratcher 1000.
Yeah. My man had some Mizunos. He was like, Uncle Freezy, you can't walk out there and place your ball better than what you can do with these clubs, right? And so I'm like, okay, man, I got to have some of them. And G.I. know what I'm talking about, man. You know the golf game is serious.
It's always the club's fault. That's why you always bust up the club after you mess up a shot. It's always the club's fault.
Right, but Zach, so here's my parallel. So is Bradley Beal, is what I'm getting at. That's my parallel, right? It's always all the stuff around Bradley Beal and never Bradley Beal. That's what I'm telling you. It's always all the surrounding stuff. I think about it. One time it was the coach. It was his relationship with John Wall. It was the roster. It was all these things, but nobody ever pointed the finger at Bradley Beal and asked the question: is Bradley Beal a winning player?
I did. I got killed for it.
You didn't get killed.
No, I'm just playing.
No, but it's a valid point. It's just like, like the other night when we were talking about baseball and stuff, like Mike Trout is a phenomenal baseball player. He puts up phenomenal numbers, but all those numbers going to translate into a New York environment where the pressure is at an all-time high, just like with Bradley Beal. For a team that's on that's trying to crawl his way out of like mediocrity, he's a high scoring. He's 30+30. He's leading the league in scoring. Is that going to translate to another team that's going to be ball dominant? Like, is that going to translate?
Is he going to be another A-Rod?
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's the thing that gets overlooked too. Like the way our team's constructed, RJ doesn't have that ego where he's going to have a problem with Julius getting the touches.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At least not yet. So if Bradley Beal comes and Julius is still the number one guy, is he going to have a problem with that?
Well, go ahead. Man.
For me, the chemistry is so good right now. Julius is becoming such a leader. I would love to make the playoffs, and hopefully we'll talk about last night's game because last night's team is not a playoff team. I just want to say that the New York Knicks who played last night is not a playoff team. But with that said, I'd rather just hold pat. And I just think there'll probably be more opportunities in the offseason. Some stuff was said on the channel last night that was intriguing. But I could tell you what, let's get to the draft. Let's see if we can win these ping pong balls. Because then your opportunities change big time if you're sitting there with pick number 5 and pick number 6 and pick number 5 and pick number 10. Those picks look much more attractive knowing what they absolutely are at that time.
And it's like it's like falling into our laps because we're actually doing it the right way. We're trying to compete. We're not just trying to tank. We're not just trying to lose. You know, there's so many teams, and it's disheartening. Like when the tanking years was going on, like fans are fans. Like I want to see my team. Like I watch every Knicks game to see them win. You know, I'm not going to watch them to lose, and it comes disheartening. You get out of the love for the game after a while. So doing it the right way this year and having that Dallas pick, and if never know, basketball gods may be in our favor. Like you said, GI may go 5, 6. You never know.
Right. And no lie. So a dude told me one time, like, so I was taking lessons. Like this dude was teaching me some things. I was in Columbia, South Carolina, you know, at this driving range, and the dude was teaching me how to shot shape, right? And so what I realized was shot shaping goes against everything I learned as a basic golfer. Like coming across the ball, hand positioning, ball height, and all that stuff. And I was like, man, this is too much. Now I see why golfers get the yips, right? Because you have to think about all this different stuff. And when you're ball striking, the main thing, the most important thing in golf is ball striking, hitting the ball clean, right? Hitting the ball clean. And now you're talking about changing your mindset to do all, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, nah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the ball straight every time and just play the course more so than have the, you know what I'm saying, instead of shot. Like, I don't need to curve this ball around the trees. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I don't want to try to do that. I don't want to try to avoid these branches by bringing my swing inside out and hitting the ball at a certain place and still remembering to pick that ball clean, get that ball up in the air. Make sure I follow through. Make sure my arm is straight. Make sure I'm pulling straight down. Make sure I'm rotating my hips. Oh, I don't want to do all of that stuff. It's just too much.
You end up like Charles Barkley.
Yeah, let me just do what's natural. And the reason why I bring that up is because now if you bring Bradley Beal into New York, now you're like, Bradley, listen, Julius used to facilitate the offense. We want, for continuity purposes, we want to continue to have it be that way. You know what I'm saying? We don't. What we do want to do is prefer to have it be something natural for us, organic. But Bradley Beal's like, no, I want to show y'all some things I've never shown before. I promise you, I got a bag. And now he's shot shaping, doing all this stuff, and now the Knicks are losing while he gets used to doing the new things he's been wanting to show off the whole time. We don't need that, man. You know what I'm saying? What we need is somebody that's going to be complementary to what we already have. Somebody that's not going to be expensive. We don't need an egomaniac. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if from tee to green, if tee to green is 300 yards, you don't have to pull out your driver here, right? You don't have to. I know some dudes that hit the ball 290, right? And tee to green is 300. So they pull out the driver and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna muscle this up here. You know what I'm saying? What, for 10 extra yards? You can chip that. Why risk hitting it in the sand or in the woods for 10 yards? You can chip that. You know what I mean? From about 30, from about to be honest with you, from about 20 yards into the green, you may be able to putt it if you're not scared to look like an old man. You know what I'm saying? Why force these things? So anyway, I want to say that about Bradley Beal because Bradley Beal has to show me something. You can't just show me that you're playing in the backcourt with two dudes that may be potential Hall of Famers and you can't get a team to the playoffs. Bradley Beal.
No, and I agree with you. And Primo, no, when the statement I just made had nothing to do with tanking, but at some point, you just got to accept reality. And you know, we've been playing up and down this season. I believe we have talent to a certain level. If we're playing a halfway decent, we were playing the worst team in the league last night, and we allowed them to come back from 21 points down. And we just go through in the second half. when the teams get a little more serious, we just go through this severe point stretch of the game where we just can't put the ball in the hole.
Yep.
And Tibbs can't figure it out. Randall's doing what he can.
Yeah, it's Randall against everybody at that point.
If the guys around Randall, if four guys around Randall decide to say, I'm going to have a good game tonight, we can play with anyone on any given night.
Right. And that's the thing where, like, GI, you said it beautifully, like about the draft and all those things. But at the same time, we are still in a solid position to make a playoff push. Whether we're going to have bad games, we're going to play down to our down to or up to our competition level. We're some nights we might play the Lakers and only lose by 3 and look like a serious team, and some nights we might get blown out by Orlando. And that's part of it when you're building a team. But we still are, I believe, we're 15-16, and we're 6th in the East. We're in a really good position right now. There's no reason to force nothing.
Better than what anybody thought we was going to be at this time.
And we got a good trade. When Freezy said it beautifully too. When you get someone without an ego, it doesn't have to put I know he's been slumping the past couple games, but Derrick Rose doesn't have an ego, can help this team.
Right.
Knows his role.
When he's on, knows his role, knows the system, knows the coach. Smart trades like that don't screw up the future, that actually help the win now. It's just we're in a good position. We just got to rock with it.
We got to get the small complimentary pieces around Julius and around the rest of the team.
That doesn't mean we're tanking. That means we're trying to win with what we have now.
We're fans. But what I'm saying though to that is this: we legit went through an offensive drought. We fired all the bullets out of our gun. Right? We cannot muster offense against the 30th ranked defense in the NBA. Think about what I'm telling you.
No, I understand.
We legit could not generate offense against the 30th ranked defense in the NBA. That was also missing their starting point guard.
Right.
I mean, come on.
There's still I get it.
And Jordan McLaughlin is 5'11". McLaughlin is McLovin. It is McLovin is 5'11". Right? Come on, Alfred Payton. Come on, Emmanuel Quickly. Come on, Derrick Rose.
Yeah, they was making Karl Anthony Towns look like defensive player of the year last night in that fourth quarter.
Is he good defensively?
No. He's shaky defensively, but it was just bad shot selection. He was just blocking, and he was looking like a young Dikembe. Like he was just yanking them down.
Of that, for everybody that knows, all of you guys know the game, right? So like when you're going through a slump, you might force the issue a little too much. You might look bad against a bad team when you're slumping and you're trying to like Project Nerd said about taking bad shots, trying to force them up. I mean, not saying it's right, but that's going to happen, especially in a long season. You got to live with it. The good thing that I took away from last night is, you guys know this, previous years Knicks teams would have blown that lead and never got it back.
Yeah,
the thing is, we figured out how to win ugly games.
If this was the Kristaps Porzingis Knicks, we would have lost.
5'11", you would have clowned him in the post. But anyway, you have team. We're finally learning how to win ugly games, and it might not be the way we want it, but we're actually winning ugly games, and that's a good thing.
Right.
And then it was either we get a big lead and blow it and lose, or we're blown out and we come back, go up 5, and then blow it anyway.
Right.
Right.
Like the Atlanta game. Like the Atlanta game from last year. I feel you. I feel you on that. But my point is, I guess is what I'm getting at is, I don't know if we need Bradley Beal, but I do know that we need to be more creative with our offensive sets, even if it means Thibodeau calling timeouts, and drawing up a play to get an open look, or shuffling the personnel. Right? Shuffling the personnel, different personnel groupings, right? Or the organization going out and getting us a legitimate small forward.
Yeah. I agree.
What's the problem with going out and getting a legitimate small forward?
I agree with you.
Bullock played guard his whole life until he got to the Knicks, and now the Knicks stick him at the 3, right? And I keep saying this, and people think I'm like making fun of them, but big guards are not small forwards. Big guards are big guards, right? People are like, well, move RJ to the 3.
RJ is more filled out, though. He can actually.
big guards are not small forwards, dog. Like
He'd have a better shot than Reggie.
Like think about like R.J. Barrett versus Robert Covington, right? Robert Covington is a 3-and-D defender, right? Right. Robert Covington is like 6'8", like 230, right?
That'd be perfect.
R.J. Barrett is 6'6", 212, right? R.J. Barrett is legit almost smaller than LaMelo Ball, but we want to put him at the 3 because we don't have any other options.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Cade Cunningham is a point guard coming out next year. He's 6'7", 220, right? R.J. Barrett is smaller than that, right? But we want to put R.J. at the 3 because we have no other options. I'm telling you, once we get an option at the 3, you'll appreciate R.J. Barrett at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, and so when you look at lineups like when we go up against Brooklyn and other, Joe Harris is going to play small forward for them, right? Joe Harris is like 6'8", 2 something. He's way bigger than R.J. Barrett. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so the thing is with our team, we have to be creative. Tom Thibodeau was out of the game for like what, a year and a half, 2 years, and this is what you come back with on offense. Elfrid Payton. I mean,
he's
wrinkles,
doing
But I don't know if you
great
can
with
blame
what he got.
Thibodeau for Payton,
there's
though.
wrinkles to it. I mean, when you look at like, there's games where we look on fire, and like when we have a bigger lead and he feels more comfortable. You've seen he has thrown out some different lineups, and like some different people playing with people they might not be used to, and it's worked and it hasn't worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of times it's just with this. The way the chemistry is right now, it's kind of hard to just mess a bunch of stuff up and try a bunch of different things. But I could see going after another bench scorer with a cheap trade offer, like you said earlier, Terrence Ross. I feel like he'd help out a lot on the second unit. Guys like that, you could still find. You could still find a 3, at least that could make some
Zach,
sort of contribution.
I have your answer. I have your answer. We need to do a trade with the Chicago Bulls.
For who?
Thaddeus Young.
Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr.
He's better than what we got.
But he plays
at the position.
I don't think he plays as good a defense as Reggie Bullock.
But the thing with Reggie Bullock,
he's a better shooter.
Reggie Bullock is
contract.
phenomenal defender when he's guarding 2s. When he's guarding 3s and they're bigger than him, he has a harder time at guarding bigger small
think
forwards.
He does better than Otto Porter Jr. though.
No, man, I disagree. You watched the other night. Every shooting guard the Orlando Magic had roasted Reggie Bullock right in front of your face. Every shooting guard they had, they took turns on Reggie Bullock.
What's his contract like?
Because for some reason,
Barrett.
RJ Barrett. He makes.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, he's expensive, bro.
That's what I thought.
But the thing is though, you don't get him. You don't get him for just that. You get him because you can attach a young player in that trade that comes to us for us giving them cap relief, or you can talk them into giving you a draft pick.
Right
down the road.
I agree with you.
Right. So here's the thing with Otto Porter versus Reggie Bullock, right? So Otto Porter, you don't expect him to come in and score 20 points a game. He can. Yeah, he's averaged like 18 points a game at one point.
If he gets hot, he can definitely.
If he gets healthy, he can get you 17 points a game. But I don't even care about that. What I care about is the Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks minutes. You know what I'm saying? Where Alec Burks goes 5 for 13, and we're like, wow, he had a great shooting night. That's not a great shooting night, right? And so he's instant offense, except not as fast as we want, right?
You have to reheat him a few times.
He's a microwave scorer that's actually a tabletop roaster.
He's that microwave.
Like an hour to get warm.
He's when you nuke it and it's popping and banging and fizzling and it still comes out. You bite into it, it's cold.
The middle of it's cold. Yeah, absolutely right.
Hot pockets. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is to answer Hoodie Cav's question and dilemma that he's been talking us to death about. Trade Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks to the Bulls for Otto Porter Jr. and a draft pick, right? And so what? We take on money, right? So we take on money. but we have a legit small forward and a guy with size at small forward at a small forward position that can defend other small forwards, right? Don't tell me about Reggie Bullock. His defense is such and such on certain players. I watched with my own eyes. I watched the Orlando Magic legit run plays through their Evan Fournier, Dwayne Bacon, and Terrence Ross. ISO
Son Randall.
basically on Reggie Bullock. And one dude had
Michael
17,
Carter-Williams.
one dude had 18, and the other one had 30. Anthony D, what's good?
Freezy.
What's good, my friend?
Good morning, panel. Peace out to everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Ant.
I'm back. Freezy, you're driving me crazy this morning, Freezy. You all over the place. You are definitely all over the place. I think you're doing this purposely.
No, me.
Me? Who, me?
Moi?
Yeah, I think you're doing this purposely because I've been watching this show a good while to know you better than what you were putting out this morning with this confusion.
Okay.
Now, I'm not even going to go back to the Dame and stuff like that references, but we talked.
Damian Lillard is overrated. Damian Lillard is overrated.
I feel the same. I don't know if I feel he's overrated, but I feel he has some shortcomings, and I'm gonna touch on that. But you talked about alphas, and we need alphas and so forth. I don't want to misquote you, but you think Otto Porter fits that bill as an alpha?
No.
He was saying that Bradley Beal's not an alpha.
No, I'm saying Bradley
And
Beal.
we're not giving up the farm for someone who's not an alpha.
Right.
We're
Right.
not giving
And
up the farm for Otto Porter.
Thank you, Zach. I feel like Bradley Beal is a beta posing as an alpha.
Well, I think you're right to a certain extent with Bradley, right? Because Bradley, outside of those couple of playoff runs that he had when John Wall was the dude on the team, he's never really been in a place, an opportunity to do that. But the role of an alpha is to inspire the rest of the team. So I'll say that. I'll say for those purposes, but we have a team right now, and I've mentioned this before, that's a game or two up or down in the standings can really have a place in the standings. Why would you not want Bradley Beal? What's giving up too much? We have like 10 first-round picks over the next 2 or 3 years. What's giving up too much?
No, we don't.
No, he used hyperbole right there.
Okay.
Right. I'm just using that out. But we have enough. We have a treasure of first-round picks over the next couple of years. What's giving up too much for a guy right now who's a walking bucket?
I'll say what I used to tell Freezy and GI when I was yelling like crazy that one day about Bradley Beal is that guys like Drew Holiday commanded Eric Bledsoe and 3 first-rounders. What do you think Bradley Beal is going to command? At least 5, maybe 6, and RJ, Mitch, or Randall, maybe 2 of those 3. Then you're right back where you're just like the scenario in Washington. With Bradley, you trade all that to get Bradley Beal here to put up mid-30s a game at best to lose games.
And we have no like good history, a good track record when it comes to like trading a bunch of picks for a player. Look in the 2000s, what happened to us? We traded picks and the players came here never developed. And the picks we turned out was Aldridge, Noah, Gordon Hayward. Like we don't have a good track history. The last player we did that was Melo, and we traded up the farm.
Best case scenario we can hope for is the Melo trade. We're the 8th seed every year, and get swept, except for that one year where we had the second seed. But even then, if we give up all this stuff, we're not sniffing the 8th seed.
And then when Bill comes here,
back then,
we got Randall and Bill, and then what we go do in free agency? Just give out a crazy contracts just to fill out a roster because players aren't going to come here.
Yup. Right now, we could be the 8th seed, 7th seed, and get swept without making a single move. So why would you make that move to do the same result, if not less?
And then handcuff you for years down the road.
And then you got a guy like Randall who's much improved and is now showing that he's the number 1 option, at least on this team, that he can be the number 1 option on this team. Right. And you bring in Bradley Beal, who's going to act like he deserves more than Julius, and deserves more of it, and it's going to cause chemistry issues.
Right.
It's going to Randall is Tibbs' guy right now. Like it's shown. And he's not going to give Bradley Beal the load like he has Julius Randle. It's going to cause problems, and he's going to leave when his contract's up.
Right.
You run that risk.
But what you're describing is in Bradley Beal, from what you just said, is someone who's going to display a certain kind of alpha selfishness. He's never been that in Washington.
He showed selfishness, not alpha selfishness.
Right, but they're semantics in this fact that he's never been that guy, that what you're describing like that in Washington.
He's cried for shots. He's cried for more opportunity. He's done that.
You don't have to cry for shots. You don't have to cry for those shots in Washington over the last couple of years.
What's happening, crew?
Cornerstone Kev, what
I
up?
haven't seen you in a while, Cornerstone.
I haven't seen you in a while. How you been,
Hey,
Zach?
Kev,
I've been
Kev,
good,
you got a
bro.
TV
How
on or
about
something?
you?
All right.
Kev,
All
you
right.
got a TV on or something?
Oh, come on, Kev.
We hear the commercials
What are
for
you doing?
prescription drugs in the background, Kev.
Come on, you're a vet, Kev. You're better than this, Kev. You're a vet.
Y'all just wake up in the morning, start rolling. All right, I see how y'all is.
I haven't gone to bed.
So Kev, let me do this because Anthony D was on a roll, right? But what I want to do.
Let me ask this question. Is this the Anthony D that be calling up Sims podcast?
Absolutely.
So you, Anthony D, I heard you was trying to pop off at me sometimes, man. What's up with that?
So
Well,
Kev Cornerstone came for smoke. I'm sorry, Anthony, to interrupt.
Get him
He
rocking.
only
Get
popped
him
in
rocking,
for
Anthony
smoke.
D.
You
What's
see this,
it?
Get
right?
him rocking.
What's your biggest?
It's never personal. It's never personal.
Okay, so you going Godfather on me now?
Absolutely. But when I hear certain things that pulls it out of me, like, cause I don't come on camera like that. It's only my second time. But when I hear certain things,
Welcome to the panel.
pulling certain things out of me, I become emotional. I become emotional. I want to get it off. So absolutely. Now, Freezy, let me slide back to what you said about Dame for a quick second.
Right.
And I'm gonna piggyback on what you said, because I think this is the part that some people miss with Dame. 2 years ago, when he came up against Golden State, there was no KD there. Okay? There was no KD there, and he had pretty much a full lineup of his team. When they threw the trap at him coming across half court,
Yep.
he could not fight to get that ball back.
Right.
He did not fight to get that ball back.
Right.
And I was comparing him against him and Curry, just like I did with Curry and Harden a couple of years ago.
Right.
When you try and do that with Curry, you can't stop him from getting the ball back. Why?
Right.
He's continuing on the move and continuing to put himself in that position.
Running off
Dame,
screens, doing whatever you got to do.
absolutely. Dame, for all intensive purposes, once you take the ball out his hands, it's almost like it's up.
You know who he reminds me of? And this guy, this is no slight, because this guy was a beast in his prime. Was no chill Gilbert Arenas.
Oh.
He was an ISO
No,
dominant.
he's no Gilbert Arenas. No, he's no
No, I'm
Gilbert.
saying the way they played. Gil was.
Wow. Did you say he's no Gilbert Arenas?
No, he's no Gilbert Arenas.
Are you saying? Wait a minute. Which arrow are you pointing? Up or down? Is he better than Gilbert Arenas or not as good as Gilbert Arenas?
You heard that context in his voice.
I need to know. I need to know.
Exactly. He is down. He is no Gilbert Arenas.
I'm just
no.
the style of player. He plays
Wow.
like that.
Hold on. This is getting good. I gotta run to Harlem. If I need to tap in, I'm gonna tap in from the car.
G.I., don't leave me now, G.I.
You can't just leave when Kev comes on, Gi.
Hey,
Don't
G.I.,
leave me alone with Kev.
before you go,
You ain't right, man. Oh, he left.
hold on. Gi, you wanna tell everybody about the joint that we working on? It's okay. No disrespect, y'all. I need Gi to have some camera time.
Let me tell y'all something, guys. Free Keith has come up with a bombshell. Freezy is the producer and the facilitator. I've been asked to tag along. I'm so lucky for the ride. Knicks freestyle is coming your way. And it ain't just for, and you hear freestyle, you say, oh, they just gonna go off the head. No. Freezy has tasked us. Free Keith has tasked me. We are doing research. We are putting out the topics in advance, and we're bringing you a new podcast show, guys. And I'm going to tell you something. The production quality is going to be high. The professionalism is going to be high. I am so excited. Freezy, thank you for the opportunity. I'm mad Free Keith isn't here. He made me sit me out to do the marketing and the commercial runs, but I'm okay with that. That's why I put my good tie on. Bro, what do you think? What do you think? When's our first pilot release?
So it's still in edit right now. The pilot that we taped is still in edit. So we'll probably premiere it this week, right? Just a premiere. You know what I'm saying? And then once we get the format and stuff down, we're gonna roll it out for Lawrence Tears fans once a week, right? And it's not a live stream type scenario where everything is flying by the seat of your pants, whole bunch of traffic and all that stuff. It's legit, thoughtful topics, intellectual discussion. You know what I'm saying? We legit are gonna research these things and speak to these topics on a
holistic.
Yes, that's the perfect word for it. On a holistic level, where we break down each level of the topic so that you can get a clear understanding of the question that's asked and the multi layers of the subject that's presented from different perspectives. Right? So it's not going to be Alfred Payton can't shoot. It's going to be more in-depth stuff. So make sure y'all keep an eye out for Knicks Freestyle featuring the Ghetto Intellect and Free Keith, right? G.I., hey man, this thing is going to be fire.
Yeah, very professional.
I think it may be dope, maybe even doper than the Lawrence Tears debate league.
Don't make everybody come for us. You're gonna make Chuck and them boys mad. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, bro, you got to put out quality content. That's what we want to do. So we want to put out quality content for everybody and original quality content too. Not like, you know what I'm saying, somebody saw us and then trying to copycat what it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? We legit putting out original content with smart dudes, smart, thoughtful dudes that put time, effort, energy into this thing to bring something dope to the Lawrence Tears family. Hey man,
Alpha Phi Alpha in the building. No, cool. If I need to tap back in the car, I'll tap in. It's gonna be it seems like y'all about to put Anthony D. Anthony D, good luck, baby. Good luck, Anthony D. They about to come for you, brother.
Hey, what Anthony D just said about Gilbert Arenas just threw fuel
It's hilarious
on the fire.
Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive comedy special.
Too funny.
How long was Gilbert Arenas' run of excellence compared to Damian Lillard's? That's just blasphemy.
No, when I say that, don't get me wrong. There's no disrespect to Dame. When I say that, and remember, Gilbert got hurt, so you're gonna put
guns into a locker room.
well, that's an alpha. That's an alpha.
Stupid. That's not alpha.
That's an alpha to get things right. And he's probably not the only one that's had guns in the locker room. So that's a whole nother story. But what I'm talking about is, and maybe I'm more liking of him stylistically. Gilbert every night would give you the business. Gilbert every night would absolutely give you. It's not a bad comparison, but I would take Gilbert.
The only reason I said that is like the style, like they were more of they needed the ball in their hands compared to a guy like Curry who can run off of screens, he can do all sorts of stuff. But the difference between like Gilbert, it's a mindset. Like, yeah, Dame gets his money, like every other professional basketball player wants their money, but Dame cares. You can tell he cares about more than money. It doesn't whether he's good at winning, like whether he's gonna win a championship or not is one thing. But like guys like him, Russ. I was like, they want to win. Gilbert has been in multiple interviews saying he did not care after he got his money, and that was it. Right, he didn't care about. I didn't want to play anymore.
So, Coach, like, how are you gonna say that when you can't even turn on your TV without saying Hulu has live sports?
Everybody's got the advertisements. Doesn't mean he doesn't want to win. He's
I mean,
given his all in playoff series and has
legit,
done what he can. He's got
he's
limitations
in the
as a
video
player.
holding money. He's in the commercial holding money, dog.
So is Saquon Barkley. So is Baker Baker
And
Mayfield.
he's in Portland. Like, you better get whatever ad dollars you can from Portland.
But I'm
It's
saying,
not like they got big billboards going crazy.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all can look up Gilbert Arenas when they asked him. He said he didn't even want to play anymore. He already got my money. Let the young guys have a shot. Right. That doesn't sound like a guy who wants to even come close to competing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Damian Lillard.
Zach, who are you talking about now?
Gilbert Arenas.
Okay.
And then you have a guy like Dame, who, he's got all the money. He's got all the endorsements. He's still going out there and giving it his all. Does he have limitations? Maybe. Yes. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have like a killer instinct. He doesn't have that want to win, the will to win. Guys like Russell Westbrook has limitations. He still wants to win.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Dame
that's
is
the
playing in
difference.
the West too.
But the thing about Dame Lillard, I'll throw Dame Lillard. I'll throw Jamal Murray. I'll throw. I know there's some other point guards in here. I think they have that Iverson mentality where they're incredible with the ball in their hands.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Kev. I'm sorry. It's something I got to address in the chat. Kevin Middleton. Okay. You keep calling us idiots. You keep calling us stupid. My guy, you were missing the point with what we're saying. No one's saying that Otto Porter is better than Dame Lillard. Nobody said that at all.
Exactly.
When you talk about trades, when you talk about stop playing NBA 2K when you bring up these trade scenarios. All right.
Yeah, I think that's probably the worst thing that could have been.
Let's give Kevin Knox and Frank and a second rounder for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Exactly.
Sorry,
what? Oh, sorry. Can we add an Obi Toppin to make it work?
Yeah, I mean,
my fault.
But you understand? Don't apologize. Heck, come on now.
You totally did, Kevin. You and the other dude, Beeb, whatever. Yeah, you both did. So don't try to back paddle and say you ain't call nobody stupid. You did.
If you want to call us stupid, come on and see how stupid we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's always open. The door is always open.
All right. So go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, so what I was going to say was players like Lillard, Jamal Murray from Denver, and I know there's some others. I just can't think of them off my head right now. Well, I don't know about Russ because he does try to get people,
but he needs the ball to be effective.
Well, that's okay. All right. I think they have that Iverson mentality. And the question is, players like that, can they win can you win a championship with that mentality, with the Iverson mentality?
No, but they're better off alone. They're better off without a Robin.
Right.
But because Iverson almost did it.
So SB is in the chat. SB Talk Sports is in the chat. What's good, SB?
What up?
Hey, SB, we missed you,
What's up, bro?
What's good, man?
Bulls suck. No,
well, yeah. Could you throw old Rose? Could you throw old Rose in that mentality of having that Iverson? No,
because he played well with guys like Boozer and Noah. Like he had an ego, but it wasn't like I'm better than the team or I'm better than the system ego or I am the system. He played with
Jamal Murray. I don't know if you can throw Jamal in that because look how he plays with Joker.
Yeah, he plays better off the ball.
Right. So strictly, Dame Lillard can
Harden,
that Iverson mentality.
And let me say another thing about Dame. Let me say another thing about Dame. Up until maybe these last 5, 6, I'll even go 8 years when guys were taking deeper threes. Previous to that, we would look at that as a bad shot.
Yes, we would. We would.
You see, it still is a bad shot.
I hate it.
When you come across the half court line and you're willing to take a 40-footer.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of setting up the offense and doing it.
Right.
And you're not setting up the offense and you're not even giving the guys a chance to get in a proper rebounding position because how do you rebound for a 40-foot shot that may miss?
As Quickly ever did that? Quickly, I think came close to doing it.
I think he shot 2 30-footers.
Right. So to Anthony B's point, though, your point guard comes across half court, shoots a 40-footer. The odds of you making it, if you're great, is 30% from 40 feet, right?
Right.
So 70% of the time, there's going to be a long rebound that's
Yeah.
gathered up by a wing player,
Right.
and they're going to push the pace the
Yup.
other way
Easy
in
buckets.
an odd man situation because both big men are out of the equation because big men are taught to run from rim to rim,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so it's impossible to ask a big man to run 80 feet at the same pace as wing players run 50 feet, right?
Mhm.
You know, I mean, physics tell us most wing players are going to be faster than big guys. First of all,
Unless you're a freak like Giannis.
and then taking in the total distance that each party has to run, you know it's not a good situation for your bigs,
Not
right?
at all.
And so to what Anthony D is saying, my preference is let us get into offense first
Yeah.
before you take that shot.
Before you take that shot. Exactly.
And then what you don't want to do is have your bigs get in foul trouble in transition.
Yeah.
The game is physical enough in a half court setting where they're going to get those fouls in a half court setting, right? But you don't want them to get those ticky tack fouls in transition.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
And also, you end up like with a dumb shot like that. They don't get a fast break, and they use that stupid almost clear path foul.
Right. And you
Instead
better
of
hope that
actually
somebody's
getting
in
back
front.
on defense.
Right.
And then and then like Dame or let's say CJ when he's healthy, guys that are important to your team end up picking up a foul that they didn't need because you wanted to shoot a 40-footer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anthony, do you have something else you want to add?
Well, no, not because I don't want to kill Dame, and I don't want to make it seem that I'm killing Dame and guys like Dame because he's necessary. It's just that sometimes his game it's too much, and it's another thing is it's because it is a guard dominated game.
So Anthony, let me ask you this. If you because we had this discussion last week. If you take Dame Lillard and put him on that Golden State team that had KD, do they still win a championship?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, you take you take KD off. Do they still win a championship?
No.
Okay.
That team was dead. Like, and Dame might even do better than Curry because he shows up when it's big time.
What?
So they do win.
They'll win if they have KD. If you
No.
Curry off,
But you just said unless some.
I said he might do better than Curry.
You do better than Curry.
No, not up to the finals. But when it comes to the finals, Curry just goes somewhere, man.
Yeah.
That's not 100% because in the last finals that they won, it was pretty close between him and KD who could have got the MVP because he had some big games, and even in the first,
there wasn't no pressure on him. He has guys like all the supporting kids, the best supporting cast possible, like better than most people have ever dreamed of having.
Yes, but their supports to him.
No, it was KD
team,
was the number one on that team.
Yeah, but that team was built around him, and that team goes as he goes. Because remember, in that first year with him and KD, he had to be the one to go to the team and to go to KD and say, "Well, you play your game, and I'll fit in, and I'll be able to still be able to get my shots." Because why? Just like we said earlier. He is perpetual motion. Yeah. He doesn't need to have the ball to be able to dominate.
But when KD came on that team, he was the number one option and the best player on that team right away.
Yeah, because KD has if you're looking at him, he's 7 foot with a handle.
Can do anything.
Pass, can do all of that. But KD was having a problem until Curry put everything in place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? KD left Westbrook and a team that was up 3-1 to come join this team, to come join Golden State because why? He didn't want those problems with Westbrook anymore.
They took the pressure off of each other.
And mind you, Steph Curry checked his ego at the door.
Yeah.
And he was the reigning league MVP.
Yep. For 2 years.
Steph Curry was the league MVP. They got KD. Steph Curry went to KD and was like, "Hey, bro, we're glad to have you here, and we want to share this basketball with you, right? We don't want you to come here and come off the bench and be like someone. We know who you are. We know you're Kevin Durant. We want you to be that for us. And as a matter of fact, we're the name of this group from here on out. This death lineup is called the Hampton Five. Right? So we have a name and everything, right? When people see this death lineup, they're gonna get nervous for a reason, because we're putting our best scorers / defenders on the floor at the same time, and what we're gonna do is go at such a pace that we're gonna try to choke teams out so we can rest in the fourth quarter. That was their thing coming out of the third quarter. Like legit have this thing over, the game over with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, right? And it worked for them. It worked for them.
Yeah.
Right? They was putting Iguodala and Draymond Green on your best scorers to shut you down, while Steph and Clay's a great defender too. So they had
who's the other guard? Who's the other guard that was with them that's retired now?
Livingston.
Livingston. Yeah.
Livingston.
Yep.
He could have been so good if not for his legs.
Yeah, he was a perfect piece off the bench.
Yeah.
Think of what he would have been without his knee injury, though.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Different.
So the thing is, they legit put Clay, Iguodala, and Draymond Green on your best scorers, right? And while you were struggling trying to figure it out, they had Steph Curry and Kevin Durant generating offense for their side.
Right.
That's unstoppable. But Kev, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I just need some clarity, because I don't want to fight, and don't fight me on this, Kev, please.
If it's about Frank, I'm hanging up.
Kev,
Frank garbage, hang up.
It's about Frank. It's about Frank. Hector, you heard me. If it's about Frank, I'm hanging up.
Kev, listen to me, Kev.
I'll be the first one to mute it.
So here's the thing. You saw a bunch of bench players from Minnesota get hot.
Yeah, I was hot too.
Against, and Tibbs did not make the defensive adjustment. Right? He legit felt like he didn't have a defensive stopper that he can throw out there. Why won't this guy change up matchups or personnel in order to address in-game or things that need to be fixed in-game?
Because he's stubborn. Stubborn.
Why do we need to wait for this game?
That's basically what it is. He's stubborn. Go ahead.
Something out at you, and I don't mean to kill Frank when I say this. Please, I have his jersey. I want him to be great so much.
Use a Frank fan.
Let's look. I think Tibbs trusts a mindset over, like he likes guys with a certain mentality. For example, Julius went through how much crap from us, from the media, from anything, and he came out better.
Literally.
Whatever we say about him, he handles the pressure pretty well. He says, I don't care what you guys think. Blah, blah,
exactly.
I'm sure Reggie, I'm sure Alec Burks, I'm sure guys like Quickly, these guys probably have the same mindset. They haven't been put through the ringer as much as those two, but I'm pretty sure they have the same mindset, right? Frank seems to shrink. Frank seems to have that certain mindset that Tibbs just doesn't like. He doesn't like the guy. He's not going to trust him. So if he doesn't like him and doesn't trust him, he's not going to play him.
So why not Knox as well?
Same thing.
I think it's coming from upstairs. I think Leon Rose does not like Frank Ntilikina.
I think it's part of the both, Freezy. If we're being honest, I think it's
those.
Both.
Those aren't his draft picks. Why would he care about them?
Well, that's it. Exactly, Hector. I've said this on many occasions. This management is not married or linked to old, to old players. Not old. I mean old players. I mean just
Frank Ntilikina fired Leon Rose as his agent to get the French guy. Remember?
Yeah.
Frank Ntilikina fired Leon Rose.
Yeah. See, he's throwing a bomb. He's throwing a bomb, pretty much. Uncle Freeze, you just throwing a bomb.
No,
You-
no,
you-
He's
no,
throwing salt on the wound.
Yeah, he's just throwing. Yeah, exactly, Zach.
no, man.
He's just throwing bombs.
Yeah, no.
It's your show, but you can throw those bombs. It's all
First of all,
good.
it's our joint.
It's our show, but
Kev, I wasn't trying to kill you.
you the Godfather.
But like, see, if you think about it that way, Kev, like RJ is not their draft pick, but RJ has a certain mindset, mentality, and able to fight through slumps. People judging him a certain way that Tibbs loves.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, and Frank and Knox have shown that they shrink. They
But-
don't
but-
have it between
but
their
here's-
ears
but-
or in their chest.
But here's the other thing with Tibbs, as compared to past coaches. Past coaches has always flip-flopped with the lineups. I can honestly say with Tibbs, he's let this lineup has been together for I don't know, how many games now.
Mhm.
And I think aside from when Bullock was out and then him and certain
And Mitch being hurt, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mitch being hurt right now as well, and we're starting. I know we'll get into that, later on. But what I'm saying is there was some stability in the starting lineup where you didn't have to worry
Yeah,
about.
does Frank Ntilikina deserve minutes or not?
I think he does, but again, I can't defend him because he's not on the floor.
And it's
Right.
not Tibbs being stubborn, dude. Like Derrick Rose, if he's stubborn,
No,
he would have inserted Derrick Rose in the starting lineup yesterday
I don't.
because that's his guy.
Well, no. Well, Uncle Freeze asked the question why he's sticking with what he's sticking with, and I said, I mean, he's an old time coach. He's not gonna revert to anything unless someone gets hurt, a la what's happening with Mitch right now. Now, if Bullock gets hurt, he might go Burks, and then you're gonna have to play either Knox or he might go back to Rivers or whatever. My only thing that's hard for me to understand was when you bring in a defensive coach, and then you have let's call it like it is. Frank Ntilikina is probably the best defensive player on the team. It's just amazing
Arguably.
it's just amazing how the two really never locked in.
It's between the ears and
Yeah.
the chest.
Yeah.
But okay, so quickly and Derrick Rose went 2 for 13 from the field yesterday, and they looked like they were out of it.
Anybody worried about Quickly right now? Anybody worried about Quickly a little?
No.
No.
What I'm
Or
saying is
Rose.
no. What I'm suggesting is
Or Rose.
if your offensive guys don't have it, why not at least throw on a defensive guy to stop the run of the opposing team? Because
Might
we
get
were
hurt
up by
taking his
20.
warm-up clothes off.
We were up by 20, and the
We
Minnesota
were up by 20, and there was a sequence where Quickly missed three or four shots in a row, and that kind of brought Minnesota back, back from the grave pretty much because they were dead in the water.
Right.
They really were dead in the water.
They were rudderless, right?
Yeah.
And so instead of letting your young rookie get roasted on a comeback from a team that was rudderless, why not throw Frank in there until you can get the engine started back?
Because Freezy, basketball is a game of runs.
Right.
You see, that's all basketball is at the very end of the day. Even the worst team during the game at some point is gonna make a run. If you're trying to build your playoff legs and trust from player to player, you can't just pull them out or just change the total dynamic for someone who traditionally on the two coaching staffs has had a problem getting a team into an offense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't just do it. Frank comes in. If I'm bringing in Frank, I'm bringing in Frank as kind of like my quasi 3 on the floor. I'm not bringing him to come lead.
Right, exactly. The other thing also, it didn't do Frank any favors by him.
Ted, you can't talk about Frank.
Wait a minute.
It's
You put the bomb in. You put the what it got.
Oh, it's okay.
I want to add after Kevin.
What did the Cat man say? You put a bomb in me. I have to say this. he didn't do himself. It did not do himself any favors by getting hurt like that. He didn't do himself any favors. Once he got hurt, that took him out completely. But before he got hurt, he was putting up, numbers.
There's a difference though. Like
right now, he's not hurt.
When we talk about quickly,
no, he's finished with that. He's finished with that.
When we talk about Rose, for certain, Rose has earned to be able to have a slump. He's earned that right, and quickly so far has earned that right. Like, yeah, he's streaky, but he's actually helped us come back in a lot of games. He's helped us keep leads. He's helped us win. He's earned that trust with the coaching staff, and for development purposes, he's got to be out there for good, for bad, for worse.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
He's got to see it when it's working. He's got to see it when it's not. He's got to learn how to get out of a slump himself. He's got to learn how to do those things. But Frank, if I'm playing Frank, I was when Knox was playing, when getting minutes, I was giving Frank Knox his minutes because he can hit the corner three. That's all Kevin Knox can do, and he can defend better. But now that Knox isn't in the rotation, there's no spot for Frank.
Oh, there's not. You're absolutely right.
It's
real quick, Hector. And you're seeing also don't apologize. You're the man. Come on, shoot.
But Kev, you can't talk about Frank.
Wait a minute. The other thing I was going to say was you see how Coach moved away from Rivers as well. He's
Frank
moved away
in the
from
morning,
Rivers.
Knox at night.
Knox at night. I like that. He's moved away from Rivers as well. So what that tells me is Tibbs is just concentrating on the guys that are going to really help him, who he trusts. Like you were saying, Zach, who he trusts.
And I think he trusts Rivers because he's known Austin since he was growing up, and he's really liked Austin. But that shows he's not as stubborn as you think. He's going to do things that help us in his mind, whether it's right or wrong. He's going to do things that help us. He thinks to help us win games. And you have, he's done different things. There's been games where he's tweaked lineups a little bit. He's actually drawn a lot. He's drawn very good out of bounds plays. He's drawn good plays out of timeouts. He's done a lot of things. But I think what he does, because you had to focus on offense or defense in a shortened offseason like this. And, of course, he just focused on defense. And he's relying on guys like Julius, like RJ, to help and Rose quickly to facilitate some offense and get something going on their own. I mean, they're professional athletes.
Yes.
They should be able to move the ball and move themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Pass up a good shot for a great shot.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't got to drill X's and O's into professional athletes.
Right.
They should be able to think for themselves by now.
What Anthony was saying
at certain times. I'm not saying a whole game go freelance.
Yep, absolutely.
But I'm saying there's certain times where you need to okay, Derrick Rose, get us a bucket.
Right.
Julius, get us a bucket.
Get us a bucket. Yeah, exactly.
And there's times where he's also drawn up very nice plays. Like if you rewatch some games, and he's got different lineups. He's put some people in the second unit out there with the first that you normally don't see, or vice versa. Instead of just leaving Julius with the second unit, he might leave Peyton or somebody, and it might work, or it might not. But he's trying. It's not that he's 100% stubborn. He's just, I think he's treading lightly because we're a team that a 3-game losing streak, and we're out of the picture for the moment.
Exactly. You're right. What you just said, we are a 2 or 3 game. I'll say 3. I'll say a 3-game losing streak out of the picture.
Being in trouble. I mean, not that we can't get back in, but yeah.
Right.
So
around this time last year and years past, years past, we'd be pretty much out of playoff contention.
Right. Go with what works. And right now, we're only 15-16, and Knicks fans, we get clowned for being able to celebrate that, but we're going to anyway. We're 6th in the East.
Yeah, they can all kick rocks.
Yeah, exactly. But we're 6th in the East, and it's working. Yeah, and we're having problems with a certain way they're doing things, and we're still the 6th seed. Yeah. I'd rather have problems with being a 6th seed and how we do things, and maybe tweaking, than having problems with being the 15th seed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what the heck is going on?
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right with that. Like what Anthony D was saying. It's a game of repetition. So it's like when we watched the Julius Randle interview, it's like, what are they seeing from Frank besides like the whole thing with Leon Rose? But it's like Julius Randle said they're hardly practicing. So it's like, when are they seeing, when are they giving him the opportunity, or they're going to even give him the opportunity? So it's a game of repetition, just like Anthony says. Like once you get your opportunity, you better just run with it. And if you mess up, you get injured, that's on you.
Yeah, and another thing for that. To add on real quick before you go, Anthony, just about the Tibbs thing, if anybody has a problem with the way Tibbs coaches or thinks he's not the right guy for this team, look at what our best player says about him. Look what our best player says about him and how he's changed, how he's different, how he's talked to D Rose, and how he's different than what he thought.
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. He's done wonders for this team. Anyway, go ahead, Anthony.
If he's not the coach, then that's it. If he's not the coach, then he's the segue to the next coach to get you to the championship.
I think it's at least grooming Johnny Bryant.
Yeah, they can't.
I would see that.
Like whatever their thought
mentor,
process is. Yeah, whatever their thought process is, it can't be, well, we can fire him the way Fizz did, although I don't think you're ever going to get there because of how the structure is, but he's either that coach or the next coach. He
could be our Mark Jackson.
I was just about to bring him up.
With him being our Mark Jackson, get us there, and someone else get us over the hump.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, would you prefer if that did happen? If it did happen, which I don't think it will. I think he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
If it did happen, would you take a Kenny Payne or a Woodson or a Bryant?
Not Woodson.
No, Woodson is never getting
better as an assistant coach.
Yeah, Woodson's never getting the big cheer ever again.
Okay.
But I think I could see either one. Pick who you want out of Kenny Payne or Johnny Bryant. And have the other one be associate head coach.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see more Johnny Bryant being the head because if he works well and he wins the franchise over, like wins Rose over and has him pick him there, he's younger. You know what I mean? Like Kenny Payne's not old by any stretch, but I'm saying like Johnny Bryant's got younger. He's not going to be as stubborn to learn. Things. I think he's going to be a great student for Tibbs.
Yeah.
It's not just picking out what he does right, but picking out what he does that he might do different. And Kenny Payne's a perfect assistant coach. He's out there running drills with the bigs, running drills with the players. Like that goes a long way with players, man.
That's why I got to give Leon Rose his roses, man. I literally have to give him his roses right now because
don't do that. No,
why not?
Do that.
Why not?
Don't do that.
Because we counting the chickens before the eggs hatch.
Exactly. This is what always happens with us. We get a couple of decent moves, and all of a sudden we want to start praising whatever. No, don't.
But
do
Anthony, that goes to show you how bad we've been.
There's
That him
done,
moving
so
up
far,
by
he's done
trading
everything
second round picks to get IQ gets us out of our feet. That goes to show you how bad we've been.
So far, so good. That's what I'm saying.
We have been bad, but like I tell anybody else, when we listen to like outside people who are not Knicks fans, and they look at this job. And you got guys that are in the NBA, like Mitchell and stuff like that, when they made fun of us about, this team and people don't want to come here. That's a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the number one market in the world. That's a lie. So we're not going to just, we've got too much things here that all you need is the right person to do the right things, not just one thing, but to start something and to finish it before I start giving him any praise. I need a few more people.
Well, I'm just saying right now, it's up to this point, he needs to do more, but so far, so good. That's what I say about Leon.
Yes.
So far, so good. But nobody wants to come here. That market stuff is BS nowadays. You can get money anywhere, any small market, you can make money off endorsements. Look at what Dame's doing in Portland. Look at what Russ did in OKC. Well, you can do all that
there's a
crap.
big
You don't need
difference
a big
of
market
having.
anymore.
There's a big
so
difference of having a billboard in downtown Portland and having a billboard on 34th Street in New York City.
Players aren't looking at it like that anymore.
Okay, so let me ask this question. I'll start with you, Anthony. Besides winning a championship, what do you think is successful for us?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
No Eastern Conference Finals. No appearance to the championship game. No. We've got loads of guys between the last time we won a championship and today who've done that, and I respect those guys. I love those guys. I'll never talk about them. They live in my heart forever. I want a championship.
So your Ewings, your Houston, your Allen Houston's, your Starks, all them. The number of respect for them and everything.
God rest the dead. No, the time for the feel good stuff is long past.
Okay.
doing should be trying to make a championship, not the run to finally winning a championship.
But that's the thing. You got to crawl before you can walk.
Said that a lot too.
So right now you have to, like, I'm not saying moral victory or participation trophy or anything like that, but you first got to learn how to make the playoffs. Then you got to learn how to play those meaningful games. None of these guys have done that other than Rose and Gibson. You know, I mean, like, they're not winning us a championship on their own. So you got to learn how to do that. Then, as a front office that's new, you got to learn how to put the right pieces together. You got to do all. They got to learn to do all. They can't just expect them to win a championship this year or next year. We got to take the steps, make the playoffs, win a game or two, maybe win a series, and then learn what that feels like. Get that feeling to where none of these players will do anything to get back there. Then the next year, you make another step. Next year, you make another step, and you will eventually become champions. But every other team has to do it right. I'm not talking like when the Lakers went and got LeBron and then traded everything for AD.
Right.
That's different. But you already had a guy that was at the mountaintop. But there's look, Golden State. They had to learn to crawl before they could walk. And they ended up eventually, when the timing was right, they got their meaningful playoffs. They got their bumps and bruises in the playoffs out of the way. Yeah. So they started winning.
Right. Yeah.
Like every team, that's how it works. That's how a dynasty is built. If you want to do it the right way, you got to take steps. You can't just skip every step and say it's championship or bust when we're 15 and 16. You know, sixth in the West. I know you're not saying that, but I know some people that say that.
But the moves, you know, before I feel good, the last time I felt good really about this team was the 54-win Melo team.
Right.
Because they won 54 games, someone had the bright idea, let's get Bayani.
I'm not. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Let's not get Lowry. Let's get Bayani.
Yeah. I still want to see who put that.
See, that was trying to.
Oh, that was Steve Mills.
That was
Was that Mills?
Yeah, that was Mills, and the whole
veteran-laden team.
The whole idea was that they got beat by Indiana, so they wanted a big that could pull out Roy Hibbert from the paint. So they wanted to get Bargnani to stretch the floor.
But did Dolan put Mills in there?
That was his first move in 20 when he took over was getting Adrian Bargnani.
Yeah.
One of Scott Perry's first moves was in the part of drafting Darko Milicic with Detroit.
Well, that's more of the ownership because they saw him in that workout.
I'm just saying.
But I see what Anthony is talking about.
No, I get it too.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to give Rose enough credit yet until his goal is he wants to win a championship. I mean, that's my goal too. I want to win a championship as well.
Yeah.
I just don't want to what's the word for it?
Skip steps.
Skip steps. Yes.
That's what we tried to do with drafting trading for Bargnani or certain stupid moves like trade for Melo when you could have got him in free agency. Things like trying to skip steps or accelerate, paying a bunch of money to Amare, like all those things, like after those knees or whatever the case, you could make a bunch of different things, like signing Joakim Noah to however many millions of dollars that we're still paying. It doesn't work, and most of the times, unless you have LeBron and go get AD, or you have the Warriors and you sign KD, teams like that doesn't work for everybody. Sustainable success like the Spurs, they don't skip steps.
Exactly, skipping steps. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm saying. What about you, Hector? What
I agree with Anthony D because it's like we've been in this position for so long, and the last time I was hyped, like you said, that 50-win Melo team, and it's like to see what happened and how we didn't improve, and instead of improving, we became like a self-inflicting wound, trying to get little pieces here and there and not making the right move and not really knowing what you want to do with yourself. Because when Phil Jackson came after that whole debacle, he was like, he re-signed Melo but wanted to rebuild. How do you re-sign Melo to a max? So it's like we haven't had an identity. Right now, I feel this is the perfect time because we do have an identity. We're growing it naturally, organically, but like you both said, Kev, I don't want to skip a step, or I don't want to just become impulsive and just make a move just on the sake of making a move.
Right. Yeah.
We've been suffering for so long. We've wanted a winner for so long.
Right.
We don't know. We have such bad organizations.
Right.
Like,
and
we've skipped steps. We don't know what it looks like anymore to actually build something sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think Knicks fans are still believing what they are seeing. I still don't believe that I don't think
they're
want
right to have cause to pause.
Right. Is that, Anthony? You think that's what you're doing right now? Is having cause for pause?
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
No, I just always been about, I want to win. I want to win a championship. I still, and it's painful. I still watch some of those games where we should have won. See what I'm saying? Like, I watched that Roy Hibbert game when he meets Melo.
Don't do it. I'm having a good morning.
Well, here's my thing. I didn't watch the game, but my wife was telling me what the plays were in the last minute of that whole thing, the last 5 minutes. I couldn't watch the whole game because it seemed like we were going back and forth.
I would have never even granted Woodson an interview. He's lucky to be back on the staff. I would have never even granted him an interview. But going back, it's like we just want to stay forward, and we can't be afraid to make moves. And some of the times when I get frustrated with some of the Knicks fans is, and with G-Mo, and that's my brother. No.
Yomo, yeah, that's my man. Yeah,
it's the whole drafting and being enamored by future guys because they look nice in college, that we think the college game will translate to the NBA. Mm-hmm. You see, we just don't know.
At the same time,
give more respect to some of these guys like the Bradley Beal or the Levines. But one thing we know about, they can do it here.
They can score. Can they contribute to winning? You don't know, and you don't know what they're going to look like in a different. You don't know what they're going to look like. You trade them, and they get them on the Knicks, and they end up like having chemistry issues, not working out well. Or we get to the playoffs, and they choke in big moments. We don't know.
Yeah, but that's why. Look at the Warriors. Look at the Spurs. Look
at the Warriors. Sustainable dynasties. Look how they did it.
The Warriors also traded for Iguodala. Remember that?
That's not a huge irrational trade. Iguodala doesn't.
It's not a huge irrational trade because of how we view Iguodala, but it was a major piece to them winning.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a problem. He can fit anywhere. Like Brad, he's not a 35-point-a-game scorer. Like he's a guy that you could plug into any system, and he's going to make the right winning play. You know that.
Bradley has to score the way he scored, or else they would get no more than 50 points a game.
You wait and see. If they trade for Bradley Beal, you're going to have to give up the whole farm for him, and the players we have now that are the reason we are where we are, just to get him. And it'll just be like Washington all over again. What are we even talking about?
How far did they get, Zach? How far did they get?
Second round.
Second round.
Yeah, and the South Isaiah Thomas put them down. And it was. If you look at it, like the Spurs drafted guys and they scout so much. Like they didn't just look for the top lottery guys. I think that's a lot of problem with some Knicks fans, that they just look at the top 3, top 5, and they think that it's that or bust. When it's not like there's 60 draft spots. But there's you gotta. What we're doing right now is great. We got Quickly for the 25th pick.
Yep.
I mean, right? He's going to be a piece. I'm not saying he's going to be a franchise player or a superstar, but at least he's going to be a good piece for us. If we do end up being a dynasty, he's going to be able to look back, and he's going to be one of those pieces.
Right.
You got guys like they went and got like guys like Tony Parker. They had Tim Duncan and David Robinson in the top. They had Tony Parker.
But you're talking about making steps, and this is the second time I've heard you use the word dynasty.
I'm saying dynasty. Well, you have dynasty.
That's where you eventually want to get to.
Built in a day. Listen to what I'm saying. That was
right. But
dynasties aren't built in a day or by one trade. What I'm saying is, if you want to do it the right way, look at models that did it the right way. They didn't just go make a stupid trade or trade for Bradley Beal and give him 10 first-round picks and all that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we got to look at things and do it the right way. We can't skip steps. We're at a good spot.
We gotta see what we give up first before we knock the trade. We can't kill a trade that hasn't happened. But family, I gotta run.
Oh
Later,
man!
baby.
God.
Hey, bro, take care of yourself.
Yeah, you take care of yourself. It's good to see who you are. I never see you and everything, so it's good to see who you are, man. All right, you take care of yourself, Anthony. All right.
You guys, like, I'm not saying the Knicks are a dynasty or that they're going to become.
No. Trust me, that's not. Yeah, we're not saying that.
Like, let's look at dynasties that are sustainable. You know, to at least try to model our program after. Not okay. Well, if we get LeBron and Anthony Davis, we're going to win a championship. Okay, yeah, no, duh, they're not coming.
Well,
those guys don't grow trees.
And just like Keith just pointed out in the chat, all we're asking for no bad deals. We don't. It's not like we don't want to make a deal. We just don't want to make the wrong one. We don't want to.
It was a nice deal.
Yeah, yes, it's like if you look at the teams around the league that are like sitting in the driving seat of like trade negotiations, we're behind Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has all the draft picks, all the draft capital, and they have the moves if they wanted to make it. I don't think they will because that owner is cheap and don't want to pay anybody.
No comment.
And they're good at drafting. They're good at drafting, so you keep all those assets, and you can draft a lot of good players. I mean, obviously, look at who they've drafted.
Well, here's the other thing. I got to give Dolan a little credit for. You talk about models, Zach.
Kev, I'm sorry. You echoing in the background. My fault. You gotta
Is that me?
Are you saying that so he can stop talking about?
No. Not even.
Well, I have my volume on 5, so I don't know.
It's good. It's good. No, I
don't. Yeah, but I'm gonna give him a little. Zach, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna give him a little bit because he went the model of Golden State hiring an agent. The agent of
wasn't San Antonio's guy an agent at one point?
I don't know. That's
maybe,
a good question.
Maybe
I think San Antonio is who started that whole.
I don't remember either him or OKC. Presti was an agent, maybe. I don't remember.
No, Presti. Sam Presti with OKC was an agent.
Yeah.
Okay. But he so he gets Leon, and then Leon starts putting strategically people in power, getting the capologists, getting Worldwide West, getting
a coach who knows exactly what he's going to get out of.
Right, and keeping Perry, but getting Perrin for the for the draft and everything. Even though I will say, I think Obi was a pick that Leon wanted. I don't know if it was something that Perrin wanted.
But that's also a thing where, like, we got Kenny Payne told them, and they knew what they were getting out of quickly. So, like, you have like, I'm sure Leon was like, "Yo, if we can get this kid, and he hits, it's gonna be box office." And at that time, they didn't know what Julius was gonna be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and Freezy, if you can hear me, Free Keith wants you to drop the link so that he could.
What's up, Free Keith?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. But the people that Leon has put strategically in place is really working for us. I've never seen the amount of people in past regimes do what Leon is doing. And
I think Dolan's giving him free reign.
Right. And we've always said it looks good on paper. We got to see how it materializes, and it's materializing really good.
It really is.
Like okay, so he was Tibbs' agent, right? Let's just go with the coach for a second. And he knows exactly why things didn't work in Chicago. Things didn't work in Minnesota. He saw both sides. He could probably see, okay, this is what the organization thought, but this is what really, happened in our eyes, blah, blah, blah. He knows what identity he wanted in his team. And he knows if you want to talk about identity and culture building, you get a guy like a Tibbs or like whoever you want. So, and then you got, okay, who am I seeing around the league? If I want Kentucky players, or I have that connection, or I like guys that come out of Kentucky, let's see if I can get an assistant coach like a Kenny Payne.
Yeah.
And I like how Utah has done this or that. He picked who he wanted, and they all work well right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But again, I don't think Knicks fans are I don't want to say sold, but I don't think they're believing what is happening, and we're turning out to being a good team. When have you ever heard that out of us? In the past years, being a good team, except out of that 54.
I don't want to put like this is just sports, right? And I know like my uncle served, Freezy served, so respect to all people who have served. But I feel like it's like a PTSD type deal with us fans. Like we're waiting for it to go bad. Like you ever notice you have that feeling when you watch a game?
Chat, what's
when
good?
you watch a game, you're relieved that when we win. Like you're not even like happy, you're just relieved. You know what?
Now,
like,
someone in the chat said it is.
Wrong.
Someone in the chat said it. It's like Knicks fans win a new relationship, and we've been scarred by like previous bad relationships. Keith, what's good, dog?
What's up, Keith?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm encouraged. I'm saying
encouraged?
Good.
Hey, salute the panel. Salute the panel.
What up,
Zach? I miss you, Zach. I miss you. Cornerstone Cav, Free Keith. My man, you look like, I always say you look like Fizdale. God bless you. Zach, can I address something, Zach? Zach, that other time, like we were saying the other time, everybody talking over each other. I didn't know that was the situation. We was talking about the little homie, right? The little buddy. So I apologize. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
I will say, if we would have lost last night, that would have been a bad loss for us. That would have really been a bad loss for us.
But the good thing is we're learning how to grind out bad wins.
Yeah.
Like we're learning like you, Keith, you know this. Like
we would have lost that game.
We
would have lost that game last year.
And if we were Minnesota in that situation, we would have came back, gone up 5 to 8 points, and lost still.
And lost, yeah.
Well, so they did what we would have done.
Yeah.
They actually got the lead.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Some team got to
learn how to win the bad games.
Some team got to lose.
A win is a win is a win is a win. You
take
them and you build
as long as it's not us.
Yep.
That's
a
how
dub
I look.
is a dub.
Bad win, good win.
I'm good as a coach if I can have teaching moments and a win, and then a loss. I mean, they're both you can teach teaching moments, but it's easier in the film room the next day to go over film and a win than it is.
All right, so I gotta attack your minds a little bit because
you don't want it to smoke.
Yeah, because I was having an argument with somebody on Facebook.
Yeah, oh Lord.
Yeah. So
let it go.
Yeah, I know. If we're all right, let's say we're in the playoffs and we play the Nets first round.
Mm-hmm.
You think, huh?
I'd rather.
Yeah. Do you think we get swept?
Maybe a gentleman's sweep. I'm
sorry. Maybe one. Yeah.
I can see a situation where we get swept, or we have like a young Boston like run, and we go to like the final. No,
don't do that, Keith. Stop it.
Finals. No, I'm saying honestly, that's why I'm at with this team. Like, I wouldn't be surprised either way. Like, I feel like we could either get swept by the Nets, or we could go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right now, if Julius Randle leads this team past the first round, this roster, he gets a statue right outside of Madison Square Garden. That boy will be a god.
Yeah,
that boy will be a god in New York City.
I'll work for free to build that.
He will be a god.
I'm just it's the middle of the season. It's the middle of the season, and we don't know any of the coming move. That's all I'm saying. So right now, the way I see it, we could either get swept by the Nets, or like I see, like I'm saying, like I wouldn't be surprised by either situation. Is what I'm saying.
I'd be very surprised.
It's like when weird.
I'm not predicting it. I'm just.
I would be screaming at my TV, celebrating with everybody, but I would be surprised.
We're just in a weird territory. We're in a weird territory now. It's like we don't know what to do or what to think.
That's it. Like,
we've never been in this spot in so long.
If we jump up to the 5th seed, we got a better chance of getting out the first round. But if we're playing Milwaukee, or Brooklyn,
I can totally see a scenario where we get to the 5th, and the Pacers are 6, and we're seeing the Pacers first, and we get past the Pacers. Like, I feel like that. I feel like that's totally like.
Aren't they at 4th right now? Indiana?
No.
I don't know. The East is so crazy. One day it's one thing.
Again, that's all my point. Like it's up and down in the East. I could totally see a scenario.
I'd love to see Indiana first round.
That's who I want to see. I want to see them first, and then let's see the Nets second round. I don't want to see the Nets first round. Yo.
As of now, Sixers are first, the Nets are second, Bucks are 3, Pacers 4, Raptors 5, Celtics 6, Knicks 7, Hornets 8.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought we were still the 6th seed, but I'm wrong. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, it's more of like a half. It's a half game tiebreaker situation. They got us in 7th.
So if we get against the Pacers, I'd love that matchup.
I'd love that, and I don't. I can
It'd be revenge for Mike Woodson.
But I think I feel like we could win that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I definitely feel like we could get to the second round.
Tibbs is gonna look at Mike Woodson as like, hold my beer, my guy. I got this.
Well, let's say if we did have to play the Nets. Now I'm putting your coaching heads on.
Okay.
How would you defend that team?
How would you? Oof. That is very tough. That's 3 of some of the best offensive players in the game.
But it's only 3. But it's only 3.
You got to pray whatever strip club Joe.
They don't play any defense, so you got to go at them just as hard. Like if you're thinking about sometimes. If you can bruise up guys like Kyrie and KD, like KD's, coming off a bad injury, if you can abuse him with Randall down low on defense and make those guys play defense, you got a shot. It's not even just stopping them. You can only hope to contain them. So
you have to get physical, but
you have to be physical, and hopefully come fourth quarter, they're tired out from all their load management and what they got to do to get through a season. So we got the conditioning.
And for guys like Harden, where the playoffs is different for him, like those foul points, those foul points that he counts on normally during the regular season, they aren't there as much during the.
Hopefully not.
No, but you can see it. It's generally
when we play the refs.
He doesn't get that. No, I'm talking about postseason. Like that's really where he slips. Like he can't get those points that he normally accumulates off his tacky fouls. That affects his game during the playoffs, and you're gonna see so if we could put bodies on them, we might have a chance.
But
but we ain't outscoring.
Matchup for example. Let's say Alfred goes against Kyrie. He ain't gonna be able to stay in front of Kyrie a lot, but maybe he can bother him a little bit.
Team
defense
is what we got to put our back on.
Maybe RJ can get into Harden a little bit and get him off, because as soon as you get Harden off of his game, he shrinks. And KD, the way that I'm curious to see how that's going to work in the playoffs, because KD, when he was with other ball dominant guys in OKC, when it came winning time, he'd force up the dumbest shots just because that was him. He wanted the shot. Like he went 4 for 23 in a Western Conference Finals game. He said I should have took 30 shots.
Would you double?
That wasn't the mentality when he went to Golden State, because there was so many great players. Whoever was over got the ball. Yeah. You know what? And maybe just maybe you might be able to steal a game or two from them by tiring them out. Maybe. Right.
Would you double team Kyrie?
No.
No.
No. You can't got Joe Harris, Kevin Durant.
You can't leave those shooters.
We have to play.
So everybody has to play straight up.
Man to man, abuse them. You
can't even switch real everything. Good team defense though.
You can't even switch everything against them.
It's going to be basically. It's going to be defense by committee. It's got to be perfect team defense,
perfect basketball.
You're going to have to give Frank some minutes in that series if that's what you're looking for, Kev.
Frank might be.
Frank's gonna come out the tunnel like Willis Reed.
He heard himself in the warm-ups. He pulled a hammy.
He's like, I couldn't put my skinny jean on.
Oh my God.
All right, I just want to get a feel of what y'all was saying, because the guy that I was having the argument, he was saying how we were going to get swept and everything.
Probably will.
I mean, that's a possibility. I
said that you got to play the game. You got to play the game first before you know.
I'm just saying about 75% chance we're getting a gentleman.
I feel like one of those first 2 games we'll get.
You need one of those games, right?
It's
probably like the first one, just off a straight surprise.
If this happens, regardless, win or lose, regardless, I hope Garden's at full capacity. I know it's probably too much to ask, but could you guys imagine? Like, let's just think. Like, let's say, like, God forbid, we win 2 games. And let's say we lose in 6. Right? Y'all needed KD.
Losing 6? That would be.
I'm saying y'all needed KD, Kyrie, James Harden. We got Julius Randle and took y'all bums to 6. Y'all better relax.
Yeah, we're looking for a morality boost. That's all. 2 wins. That's all we're looking for.
I think a lot of fans don't understand the importance of that part right there. Like,
because when you lose,
like
what I said earlier, Kev,
it's not even when
you get back there. You'll do anything in your power to get back there and do
a guy like RJ. Like, I like how he's responding this season. I thought it was all hype gimmick, whatever, but like I like how he's responding to that whole
criticism.
The snub from the rookie, the all rookie team.
Yeah.
I feel like you get a guy like RJ to the first round, and he gets kicked out the first round of playoffs. You created a monster.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what you that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you got to find out.
But this is what I'm saying. This to me is the importance of, like, I don't even care about a first round knockout. Like the importance of getting to the playoffs is a developmental piece that I feel like a lot of fans aren't appreciating. Like what?
Yeah, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Gotta crawl. Like cats really want to go from the lotto to the finals.
I don't get it.
So I'm looking in the chat, and it just seems as though
please keep an eye on that because I'm on my phone. I don't have the computer.
Yeah, because many of these guys, they don't have no faith in us or anything. And I say to myself, you're Knicks fans, you believe in your team. Now, I know it would take a lot for us to to beat this team, but any team is beatable.
I would say though, there's a difference, Kev, between believing in your team. I mean,
if you remember that,
there's a difference.
Yeah, remember that Seattle team years ago that were they were number 1. They were
about the Seattle team that had Jerome James.
No, not that one. Not that one. The one that had
Jack's coach's desk has left the chat.
The one that had Detlef Schrempf, Gary Payton,
Kemp.
I forget who else. But that Denver team, Sean Kemp, exactly.
Blah blah blah.
Denver team that had Mutombo, they beat them in 5 games.
But that's not KD, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant in the modern basketball.
Yo, look.
It's not. But they had.
I think 2004, the 2004 Pistons. That's what I'm saying. Like
2011 Mavs.
I'll take that as an example of like a team that cats really was sleeping on.
What about the 8-seeded Knicks? What about our own team?
Exactly.
But that doesn't. What I'm saying is there's a difference between having false hope and having belief in your team.
I just don't like it when people say, "Oh, we're gonna lose outright. We're gonna we're gonna get swept and we're gonna get blown out and everything." That's what I don't like. You're not even giving a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I so feel like but these are the same fans that came into the season before game number 1 was played, talking about our lotto position.
Yeah.
So,
but that's not that. Don't blame them.
Stuff can happen, bro. So stuff can happen, and narratives can change. I feel like with like a little bit more than half the season to go, and not knowing the moves, the further moves that are going to be made, I think the horizon is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, can we not mortgage our future for them to only star
in terms of possibility?
Can we not mortgage our future for the the next
nobody's?
I know that. I'm just saying, can we not do that? Can we just make
nobody wants to make bad deals?
But I like
what I feel. Yeah. I feel like that's what you mean to say, Zach. Like when cats are talking about like, oh, let's not skip steps, let's not mortgage the future. Like what you mean is you don't want to see any bad deals. None of us do.
Not even just that. I don't want to see any I don't want to see skip any steps. Like try to draft this guy.
Hey, Zach. Here's my thing. This management team has done nothing to make me not believe in them.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. But if they feel as though, and I said this yesterday, if they feel as though that getting Beal and giving up what we're giving up is the best way, then
No.
I'm gonna go for it.
If I wake up,
because I'm with this.
Let me ask you
I'm with
something,
this
Kev.
management team. I'm with
Let
it
me ask
because
you something.
Okay, go ahead.
You wake up tomorrow. The Knicks made a trade. They traded 5 first-round picks, R.J. Barrett and Mitch, and Obi Toppin, and Frank for Bradley Beal.
That's a bad deal.
Horrible.
Are you going to trust them?
That's a bad deal.
Are
I
you
don't
going to trust them? Are
expect
you going
that
to
deal
say,
to be
"Oh, they
made.
made the right move because this is a good front office"?
I don't expect a stupid move like that to be. I don't,
That's what I was just
I don't
asking,
expect. I have zero reason to believe that they will make a dumb move like
Yeah,
that.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, you know,
Yes,
you
if that
can't
if I
just
woke up to
blindly
that,
trust
if I
Leon
woke
Rose.
up to that, that
That's what
would
I'm
be a
saying.
dumb move. But right now, their history has said that they're
I
not
understand
gonna
that, but what
make a
Kev just
Yeah.
said was whatever move they make, I'm going to get behind. So I showed out a move that no one's going to get
If
behind.
they
But
get
I don't
Bradley
think they
Beal
would do
here,
that. I don't think they would do that.
No, I agree. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, there's
I don't
still
think we're
some
gonna see
things that
a
I
trade
could
for
lose my
Bradley Beal.
trust in these guys from.
Neither.
I don't
neither
think
do
we're
I.
going to see a trade for Bradley Beal.
I
don't
hope
think
not.
so either.
Honestly, I don't
So
think
if we stand packed, I'm not going to have a
But
problem.
Here's an idea.
very
Here's something
much
we can
so
talk
for
about.
that reason. But
Here's something we can talk about. What guys do you think, like smart move wise, put your GM hats on? Is there anyone you out there that you guys might want to kick the tires on? Take a flyer, you know, maybe trade a second rounder for.
I got two.
All right, go for it, Kev. Who you got?
And I heard y'all mention it a little bit
And
in
who
the
would you trade
beginning.
for?
A little bit in the beginning.
Who
I
would
would
you
trade
them
for Terrence Ross or Willie Barton.
What would you give up?
Knox.
Yeah, I'd have to.
We'd have to give him 3 first rounders to take him.
You gotta give a Frank, Kev.
Okay, we gotta have to do that. I know it. I know.
he's
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I know what Terrence Ross can do, and I know what Willie Barton can do. Those are 2 wings that we need. Oh, and I'll put Rivers in there too. I'll put Rivers
not
in there too.
defensively, but like they could really help us on our second.
Barton, yes.
No, I'm sorry, Terrence Ross defensively.
Yeah, we need
Keith, you got anybody?
We need consistency on offense. We need offensive consistency.
Okay, so who you kick? Who is anybody you messing with?
Okay.
Is there anybody you messing with right now, Free Keith? Like,
if I could get a good deal, if I could get a good deal for Buddy, I'll take Buddy. If I could get a good deal for, I like Barton. I like Barton, but I feel like he does go up and down though. Like if he's not shooting, if he's not hitting, he's pretty much unused.
Well, there's 6 men for a reason. They're bench players for a reason. I mean, they're not perfect. You know, they're going to be a cheaper deal because for a reason. They're not perfect players.
Yeah. I really just want. I want some shooter. I want a shooter that's not a black hole on defense. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Hector,
and
got anybody?
I would say it's only 2 pieces because they're low risk. Then don't have to trade up much. It's if we call Cleveland to try to see if we could get JaVale McGee as a backup center. And I've said this multiple times. Thaddeus Young, just because 3D, he pays a 3, 4, 5 to stretch the floor.
Yeah, I like that.
You know who I want? And
Yeah,
it might
who
sound
do you
kind of
want?
stupid, but I get that JaVale McGee. But I mean, I know this guy has a torn ACL right now, and I've said him a bunch of times. But like because of his torn ACL, he might become like not as much trade value. I like Jonathan Isaac a lot.
Yeah.
On defense, I like him a lot, and I think he can shoot.
I feel like I like him on defense, but I feel like we don't.
He can shoot the corner 3 a little bit. He can do more on offense than Reggie Bullock.
He's a
more
Frank in a
athletic.
threes body.
Yeah, like I dig it, like, but I feel like
he's
we're a
Don't
top
do
defensive
that.
team right now.
He's better than Frank.
We're a
Don't
top
do that.
defensive team and a bottom offensive team.
I would say that we have to live like in a
he would
50.
help our 3 solution. He would solve our 3 problem, and you could get a guy like a Terrence Ross or Will Barton. You could, if you got a better guy offensively to come off the bench, a microwave guy. Yeah.
You know what? I'd wait for them to. I'd wait for them to let. I hear they're letting Boogie walk. I'd scoop Boogie.
Oh yeah, that's one. But I'm saying like if you go for Isaac and give him like 2 first rounders to offload his contract because they don't believe he's going to come back from it, whatever.
Yeah.
Then for all that, I trade for Boogie right now because like he's making
released.
He's released.
Then I would not trade any assets. I would not trade any assets and just pick him
He's going
up.
to LA.
That's what I would do.
He's going to LA. LeBron already recruited.
Yeah, because he'd be dumb. Like they'd be dumb not to. Like that's definitely a discount pickup right there. Like you only paying him pennies, and he's about. You see what he's doing already? Oh man.
And it's like we've all agreed a little while ago. Like we just don't want to see a bad trade. Well, at the same time, we don't still want a bad trade. We don't want to be what happened to Boston. Boston piled up so many assets that it came to a point they didn't do anything with those draft picks. They didn't make the trades that they had to make. You know,
I just think our biggest thing right now, and I know Mitch is hurt, but like we do have like Nerlens Noel still at times is a solid backup. That's what
he is.
Solid
yes,
backup.
He's been solid. Yeah,
And we have 48 minutes of solid rim protection, good centers. Like we could do a Boogie signing, you know, as a stopgap kind of deal until Mitch come back, or you know, just to have him in the fold. But I think our biggest problem is defensively at 3, and more shooting. But I'm saying like we need a wing that can guard key wings in this league. You don't have that. You're not going anywhere.
I feel you on that, but our team defense has propelled us to a top defensive team.
Yes, but we can always improve.
We are standing right. I know we can always improve, but we're standing right now as one of the bottom offensive teams, bro. But
when you get to the playoffs, you got guys like Giannis, you got guys like KD, you got guys like that need to stop. You need people to stop them.
Defense, like we're a top 3.
This team defense ain't stopping them. I'm sorry.
I feel you, but like. We not okay. We could our defense can against a team like the Nets. Against a team like the Nets that play no defense, we are not out shooting them. We are not outscoring the Nets. We're not.
No matter who you pick up.
No matter who defensively we pick up, we're
or
not.
Offensively. You ain't picking up nobody in the trade market that's going to help us beat them.
You're missing my point. It's our offense that we need to pretty much like right now needs to be like okay, like we are a top defensive team. If we can become a middle of the pack to like just above middle offensive team, that's actually a decent playoff running team.
Yeah, but you're missing my point. Even if you do that, you go up against a team like Brooklyn. You're still going to need a guy that's going to be able to go one-on-one against those stars. You need a guy that's going to be able to stop those guys.
Who is going? That's why they're stars. Everybody don't have that.
You need at least a guy that was a fair shot. Reggie Bullock, Cut Knox, these Alec Burks, these dudes ain't coming close.
Dude, it's team defense that's going to do it against those. Like it's
against a team like Milwaukee. Well, against a team like Milwaukee, when we just have to focus on Giannis, I get
different.
that. But Brooklyn has too many weapons. You know, like the best case scenario is like the strip club James Harden goes to gives him like food poisoning. Like that's the best case scenario we could hope for. If we
Kevin Durant gets another calf strain,
something.
Kyrie
That's the only way.
Doesn't get the demons out of the place.
Let's play them 3 more times. And
let's sign Cornerstone Kev to guard Kevin Durant. I'm putting it out there right now. Cornerstone.
I'm stepping right on his Achilles. I'm stepping right on his Achilles.
We'll sign Ray Keith to be Nerlens Noel's backup.
Kev's the enforcer. You got one job and one job only, bro. Just go after his Achilles.
Absolutely.
That's horrible.
Absolutely.
Kev would give him buckets.
Shoot, yeah. So I mean. What did Edwards always say? You play to win the games. You got to play. Just play, and let's see where we go.
Right. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not saying a guy like John. I just brought up Jonathan Isaac for the heck of it. Like a guy like I like his frame. I like the way he plays defense. But I know like, you need some sort of defensive guy, even if it's Frank. You could throw out there for 2 possessions to stop someone. We don't have that guy right now that you could, even Frank included, but he has the potential to be. That you can put out there, someone's cooking, and you can put out there and say, stop this man. I don't care how you do it. Get a stop. We don't have that guy on our team. Mitch maybe, but I'm saying Mitch is a big, so he can't like stick with a Kevin Durant would cook him.
Yeah, but you last night we did miss those easy alley-oops to Mitch. Like those 3 or 4 easy alley-oops to Mitch.
To Nerlens?
Right.
No, I'm talking about Mitch, like not having Mitch in the game. And that component of being able to run that easy alley oop 3 times a game.
Like a one-on-one in the playoffs, you need a guy that can stop somebody one-on-one.
Close.
You need a guy that can stop. You need at least some defenders on your team that can go one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah,
one-on-one
It's proven.
defensively to hold down
Yeah, like
Kyrie
let's say,
Irving.
like for example, Giannis is going off against somebody, and you have someone out there like Jimmy Butler might be that guy to. Like, I know boxing one normally, all focusing on Giannis. Like, let's just say he's cooking, and you got someone out there that can at least just get in his headspace, get him out of his rhythm, get him off his step. Something
that's
like
going to
you gotta
clamp
have
him up.
someone to try. But you see, it's hard to clamp up the best players in the league. I'm not saying it's just that easy, but you got guys that need to be able to.
It's not that easy. Yeah,
But I'm saying you got to get someone that can get in their head, do something to try to throw them off their game, contain them a little bit. We don't have that guy.
Hey, y'all saw Kyrie Irving. He faked out LeBron.
no.
You didn't see that when he came in the paint, and then he did a move. Like he definitely was trained by Ross Strickland. He did a move. He crossed him over, and LeBron turned around and went the other way, but Kyrie went the other way and shot the ball. You didn't see that?
No.
You don't watch. We real Knicks fans. Y'all don't watch, the Nets and the Lakers. That was
if it's not the Knicks, I don't watch it.
I watch. I mean, I normally, like with my busy schedule, only watch the Knicks. But like, if I can sit down and watch another game, I will, just because I'm a basketball junkie. And
at least the highlights, guys.
I'm a coach, so I like to see a bunch of different things. Just just different things.
Exactly. Hey guys, I got to get off.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, as usual.
No, you don't.
Zach, don't be a stranger, all right? Zach, don't be a stranger, okay? Don't be a stranger.
You don't be a stranger. Every
Don't
time
be a
Frank gets
stranger.
talked about, you pop on.
When did he pop on? I just wanted to get see who Anthony D was, because every time I'm on MBK, he's always called in to Sims.
I gotta figure out how to get on that show too.
Yes.
I've never been on that show.
Most definite. So, all right, guys, love y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Okay? Salute, bro.
Take care. Okay.
Yo, Chop, I just saw that move. Yeah, you're right. He totally disrespected him. And LeBron didn't even want to shake his hand after the game. LeBron was like, COVID, my guy.
As he goes up and daps AD on the way to the locker room.
Yeah. COVID.
Nah, Kyrie be getting out of it a little too much though. Like he acts like, I know he had a big shot against Golden State, and he was just as much of that comeback as LeBron. But man, he acts like he could do it without him.
Right.
It is shown he can't.
And it's just, he came to a situation that he realized that he couldn't, so that's why he's like he got to team up with KD. Exactly, yeah.
That's why he got KD. Right.
I love those videos that one dude makes, RDC Sports World or whatever, where it's like LeBron in the locker room after game 1 or game 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I never saw those.
Kyrie, give me a ring.
The
give me a ring. Give me a ring.
Yeah, shout out to RDC Sports. That channel is dope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, they did like a parody video of like
it's hilarious,
what it is for like the Maury, the camera crew for Maury, how they have to train before.
Chop. For example, there was a video the year Cleveland came back down 3-1, and when they lost their first loss or whatever, LeBron starts packing up his stuff. There's one guy's LeBron in the locker room. He's packing up his suitcase, and they're like, "Where are you going, LeBron?" He goes, "To Miami."
It's RD
trash.
RD Sports.
Hold on, it's RD.
I think it's RDC Sports, bro, but it's
RDC Sports.
It's
I
great.
bet.
Just type in LeBron after game 1 in the locker room, and it'll probably come up.
Yeah, it's RDC World.
RDC World.
Yeah,
but it was like there was one where they put where when they were LeBron he was acting like he was LeBron in warm-ups in practice or whatever. And they said, "Yo, James Harden went to the Nets today." He goes, "James Harden went to the Mets." The Mets. He kept saying the Mets.
The Mets.
And then he said, "I'm 36.
What do I have to do?
Stop throwing the ball."
What do I have to do?
Anyway, back to the Knicks. The Knicks. But no, it's funny. You got to check it out, Chop. But no.
Yeah, and I miss what y'all was talking about. I was talking about the Subway Series Nets and the Knicks, right? So I kind of missed that.
We were talking about like if we go up against them, what would happen, and I said sweep and gentleman sweep at best.
Yeah, most likely we will get swept, just like you said, gentleman sweep. But I'm looking if we could take 1 or 2. That's my high goal.
Yo, if we take 2 against them, they're sorry.
Yeah.
No offense to our team, we're a building team, but we don't have nowhere near the talent they do.
It's just like that year that we won 50-something games when we almost swept Boston, and they showed us up in that last game. They didn't want to get swept at home. Like they were
What do
not
you mean?
going to allow that happen.
They took us to.
No, I'm talking about when the Knicks tried to show up on the last game wearing black suits.
I'm saying we didn't gentlemen sweep them. We lost in, 6?
No, but we were up 3.
We won 6.
Yeah, we was up 3 games to none, and they try to do that. Oh, we're going to sweep them, put them in a coffin, wear black.
You don't do that to guys that are cut from that cloth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you don't do that. No, but I mean, no. That was a quick fix type of deal. You put all those older vets around Melo that are like Jason Kidd was way past it. Rasheed Wallace was way past it. Amari was way past it. That's a quick fix, and you see how sustainable that was.
Yeah, for 1-2 seasons, that's it.
1 season.
Well, for the 50+ wins, yeah.
Other than that, we were 8 seed, and then we traded for Banyani, like Keith so eloquently.
And we even had Kenya Martin too, right? Didn't they bring Kenya Martin in too?
Oh yeah.
That was so much. Oh man, that was amazing at the end of the season having Kenya Martin on the team.
Yeah, he went bonkers for like 3 games.
That little stretch he had.
So you guys are saying it was like Orlando. You don't say, old people you go to Orlando to retire. That's what those 2 seasons were.
I'm saying like we gotta what we were all in pretty much agreement was we gotta crawl before we can walk. We can't go for the quick fix. We can't do this, can't do that. We just gotta make smart moves, whatever it is, whatever facet you want to talk about, draft, trades.
They say insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and that's what we need to avoid.
Right.
And I think that's what we're doing so far. And until they give us a reason to say otherwise, we just ride this wave and enjoy it while it lasts. And I think it's sustainable. So we'll see.
And the chat was going crazy when y'all was talking. I was like,
there was one dude earlier that was like calling us all idiots and whatnot. But that happens, man.
Yeah, somebody was like, sign Cheryl Miller so she could for outside shooting. I was like, these guys crazy.
Sign who?
He said Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller. Somebody said they were just going in.
Alfred Payton.
No, can't do much worse. She's a way better shooter than Alfred. And it's like it's so weird when you see him shoot. It's like it's so much on a line drive.
We can't do it.
He just throws
He'll
it.
pop in and cancel the shot.
Oh no, okay.
Alfred Payton can't blank. You got to censor it. You got to bleep it out.
Hey, remember Frazier said when Alpha shoots, a backboard get its wings.
No, you know those Sarah McLachlan commercials, in the arms of an angel.
Yeah.
They do that same thing just with old Madison Square Garden rims. Has your rim been affected by Alfred Payton?
Y'all leave Alf alone. It's his birthday. Let the man live.
Today's his birthday?
Y'all kick his back in tomorrow.
With one small donation, you could get us a shooter.
I'm about to message him on Twitter. He sucks.
Oh,
nah, it's so funny because happy B-Day. Alfred Payton, they found out that he has a burner account on Twitter, and they blew it up because they were always talking about like why you guys want to start IQ instead of Alfred? Alfred's doing his thing.
Wow.
Alfred had a burner account.
He's definitely watching the show. He definitely watches all of our shows.
We all make jokes.
We know it's
Alfred.
We know it's Mad Cat's burner accounts in these threads, yo.
Yeah.
We all make jokes and troll, but at the same time, Alfred does exactly what he's supposed to do. He's a really good defender.
Yeah.
He does what he's got to do. He's our best defensive point guard. Rose is our best all-around point guard. Alfred's our best shooting point guard. We gotta, like Tibbs said, it's pick your poison. Like we got guys we can throw out there for certain situations, and we'll be all right.
We got a situationally versatile team, and I dig that.
And if Payne was on another team that had actual 3-point squad around them, we wouldn't be talking about it that much.
Yeah, it's the same thing as we gotta keep the same energy when we talk about Julius would have way more assists if people could shoot, bro. Same like Julius Randle is shooting 40% from deep and is our best 3-point shooter. As much as I love that, that's sad.
It's sad that your power forward. And I'm not saying
he's a career like 28% 3-point.
And I'm not
shooter.
saying that it's not sustainable, whatever. God bless him. I actually think like this might be his new average or whatever. But if we let the other positions off the hook so bad, RJ, why you not shooting 40%?
RJ's shooting below, barely above 30 from mid range.
You were shooting guard.
He's shooting like 55% from the restricted area, which is god awful.
It's in the title of your position. Yo.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's not even just threes. It's mid range. It's around the free throw line extended. It's even in the restricted area. If you only shoot 55% in the restricted area, that's not good.
Not good. Yo, come on.
That's not good. You're barely making 50% of the shots, the layups you take. Like
maybe he needs glasses.
We put too much on our defense to have to actually operate at high efficiency because our offense is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we got to do with our roster.
It sucks, yo.
No, but Keith, what you said is a fact, right? Because some players, they had to get contacts, right? He might.
Rudy Gay had to do it.
Oh, he might corrective laser surgery, right?
Surgery, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The thing with that is just the recovery process is really tricky because you have to you literally can't do any physical activities for 3 to 6 months. You can't get any sweat in your eyes after you get that surgery.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So it's really hard for basketball players or athletes to get that surgery because you have to take a quick pause from anything athletic, or you're gonna have to wear 5 headbands.
5 headbands.
Oh snap! Right for the sweat.
Like a Rip Hamilton mask, but with
and you gotta wear dark. You gotta wear them dark shades when you go to the eye doctor. They give you them black shades, them real black legs. You have to wear.
Or the club.
Oh,
you good, Keith? You look like you were shocked just now. You're right.
No, I didn't know it was all that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was all that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait! It started snowing. I think Zach, you said that when I was early on.
In Pennsylvania, where I'm from, it was snowing bad.
Yeah, it just started right now. It's snowing up here right now. I'm like,
it kind of stopped, but all of a sudden, within a 30-minute span, there was 3.5 inches on the road. It was the weirdest thing in the world. And people can't drive in the snow up here. We're the type of people they'll put their 4-ways on for a half an inch.
Well, the infrastructure that you guys live in.
15 loaves of bread and 30 gallons of milk if they're calling for snow for 6 hours. It's ridiculous up here, man. And toilet paper. It'll be like COVID outbreak just for a half inch of snow.
Everything was gone. The shelves was empty everywhere, right?
Oh, it's ridiculous. And then you got to stop behind them, and they're stopping right before they get to go uphill, and that's when they get everybody else stuck behind them. It's like, man, learn how to drive or don't go on the roads, man.
That's hilarious.
And you know what's so funny? I just had a little road rage when I was muting everything. I don't know why people, when you're making a U-turn, right? In my mind, you already know how to move the thing without looking down or looking at the 1, 2, 3. Reverse, neutral, drive,
or
reverse,
maybe
neutral.
Put your dang turn signal on.
Before, you take 30 hours to make a U-turn.
Can we not put it on when you're halfway in the lane? Sorry, I got road rage too, bro.
I just saw red whenever you guys talked about that because I can't stand people double parking. I can't stand traffic. I'm not sure if
Taco Bell earlier.
If anyone in the chat, if you guys are familiar with Uptown, Dykeman, Washington Heights, and 207, it's double park city. It's
parking is crazy there.
Trying to get from Fordham to 207 literally is an hour to an hour and a half, and it's literally just a 10-minute drive.
I take the train. I go to Harrisburg and I take the train into New York because I can't stand driving it anymore. I did it twice and I said that's enough for me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I said I'll pay the $65 for the train ticket. I don't even care.
Yeah, you see, Joe Curry said it's too many cars. You're right, way too many cars.
The one time I took
car city, man.
I
could never live in New York. I could never do it.
Keith, I'm there with you, bro.
I like cars too much.
The subway is what makes New York what it is, and I don't know why. These cars is irritating, man.
And it's not
the generation want to drive now too, so everybody wants to drive.
Nah, the MTA has to be. I'm sorry, the MTA has to be fixed up, bro. It's when you see when you see how many people live in the Bronx, but work in Queens. But they have to take the train from the Bronx into Manhattan before they get to Queens. They don't have there's no direct trains that take you from the Bronx to Queens or from Brooklyn straight to the Bronx. Everything is circled around Manhattan, and it shouldn't be like that.
and that takes a little bit longer. You're right.
Yeah, but they can't. It's too late. They can't really just build a bunch of new tunnels.
We could
No,
build.
but they
We be
don't.
building. We could build bridges with
I
toes on
can't
them.
imagine because where I live in the country, so it's like anywhere you want to go that you think of like a chain restaurant or something like that, the mall, anything's like a 30-minute drive, and it's
And that's
like,
what sucks for you
could
guys.
you
Like,
imagine that? I'd rather that than the 5-minute drive take 2 hours.
nah, man. It's like you
I'd
guys are
rather
in a,
that.
but you guys are in a desert, and you depend on like anything that's like entertaining. You have to drive 15 to 30 minutes in order to get to.
I'm good. I'm
Like
good.
it's walkability to me. I'd rather be able to walk someplace and be able
rules,
to.
I like driving, man.
The
I
rules
love
used to
driving.
be if you can't get there on the train, then it's not worth being at. Like if the train and a shore walk can't get me to whatever the location is, then I don't need to be there.
I'm good. I like driving. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, I like driving too, but
Driving is,
lying.
driving is very enjoyable. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
it is.
You're not really like enjoying driving in the city though. Like that's not.
No, that's what I'm
enjoyable
saying. That's why I said
driving.
I can't live anywhere but the country. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
live in
not
New York City.
enjoyable. That stop and go nonsense is not.
No, yep,
Nope. That's it. That is a no-go. Just like Joe Curry said, yeah, we need to build. If we're able to build bridges with toes, we should be able to build some trains, public transportation.
Get some Amish people from Pennsylvania. It'll be done in 2 weeks.
Wow.
By hand.
Oh, you on that side? You on that side? You see them? Okay.
No, Zach drives up. Zach drives up to like Amish people. It was like, what did you say, Ezekiel?
Oh, you're making fun of the way I dress, Ezekiel? Shave your beard.
Nah, but I saw a documentary. Free Keith. Guys, I saw a documentary. They call them the They still digging tunnels under New York City, Queens, Bronx, and all that. I think.
Yeah, no. This is last project that they're doing. I think the 2nd Avenue or something like that.
With the toe. With the toe.
But they've been digging that tunnel forever. I think like it's supposed to come online next year.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing it for a long time. Right.
Like digging them tunnels under the city ain't easy. Like that's not no like them subway tunnels. A lot of the bases of the subway tunnels was stuff that was bored through and dug through like over 100 years ago.
100 years ago, they got her. Yeah, right.
Well, I think like
more than 100 years ago.
Our power infrastructure is all underground too. It's not overground. It's not like lightning poles and like utility poles and stuff like that. No, everything is underground in New York City.
Right. God forbid flooding.
You see what happened with Hurricane Sandy? You got parts of Far Rockaway you can't live in no more because of Hurricane Sandy.
Yes. That outskirts too, all the way around the Coney Island, all that. Yes, Far Rockaway too. Yep.
That joint was really wild. Like I don't know if really like the average cats like understand how like it's. Cats still ain't recovered from that.
Yeah. And that was how many years ago? Like you've had people that graduate high school that went through a Hurricane Sandy that were freshmen.
Yeah, I'm blessed to be able to say I don't have a flood threat or anything like that where I live.
No, but you got a threat of when it snows, nobody knows how to fucking drive.
Oh yeah, but I mean at the same time, I'm cool with that.
It's the devil you know.
That ain't making my house not
joking,
livable.
Just joking.
No, but yeah, it is. I can't stand people, man. I can't do it. Oh,
Zach probably got like a bag of pennies in his car just to throw out people's car, like road rage. Throw pennies at him.
Hey, Chop. Ain't nobody ever teach you snitches get stitches, bro.
Chop, you found Zach's Twitch channel where he drives around doing that.
Snitches get stitches, bro.
Bro, hit me the blow with that.
And I don't throw them. I teach my son how to throw the pennies because I gotta drive safely.
I gotta drive safely.
I can't be distracted driving. Milo, get him. It's the worst. Like today, I almost got like. This lady was in front, like going up a hill, and like I said, she stopped, and she started drifting back, and I had to rip it in reverse, throw my 4-ways on, tell the person behind me to do the same thing. Came like centimeters close to hit, and I had my girlfriend or my fiance's car, so now I would have been sleeping on the couch for 2 weeks, whether it was my fault or not. For car got wrecked, but I was driving. You know how it goes. Yeah. It's like I don't need this today. So I had my kid throw pennies at him. But yeah.
And yeah, congrats to that, Zach. I heard it the other day.
Thanks, man.
Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Congrats.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know why she's that stupid to say yes, but I mean, hey, everybody's got their flaws.
Hey, listen, congrats, Zach. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You know, like traffic in the city, Keith. Like I've worked in EMS for like 4 or 5 years, so I've driven ambulances in the South Bronx, and it's just horrible, bro. It's just
y'all need
horrible.
to get like a combat vehicle, like
Yo,
a tank,
for
and just
real,
run over them.
And
dudes
the
if they don't
thing
get
is,
out of your way.
they have the Sprinter vans, but the company I worked for didn't want. They want the big box ones. I'm like, I can't.
Those
hate the spaceships.
Yeah, that's a big wide one, right? I see the Sprinter vans for like the senior care ambulance.
Yeah. I used to work for Citywide. I used to work out of Bronx Special Care on Grand Concourse, 911 out of there.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
It takes a lot to
like see that even as a pedestrian, it would piss me off like seeing emergency, like seeing like especially ambulances in the middle of the streets, like just locked in. Like their sirens is on, this, that, and the other. Like yo, like somebody moms could be dying in the joint. Like yo, like yeah, man, New York.
You know how many
and people are honking like beep beep, like you gotta relax. Something is wrong.
Like there could be someone bleeding out on the side of the road and nobody give a damn.
Yo, like
heck,
won't let the damn what you call it pass. Like
no funniness. That's one of the reasons
Tim,
why
I'm not even trying to say that to make a joke.
No. But I'm saying
yeah.
that's why I changed career paths and went to school to be an electrician, because it's like seeing so many close calls, and it's like if I would have got there just 2 minutes ahead or just 30 seconds, the difference it would have made. Like that weighs on you heavy.
That's the one thing I like about this town. Like that is like very selfish, bro. Like it
yeah, no,
man.
Even it's
like
wild.
We gonna get back to the Knicks talk, but one of the last calls that I had, you remember the kid in the Bronx that was like stabbed up? Junior?
The little kid? And all the guys that had to machete him and everything. Oh, rest in peace.
I was literally in the ER, like just not doing anything. I was just joking around, and I left. Me and my partner left, and we was pulling out, and we saw when they was grabbing him. So that shit stuck with me. Like if I didn't fucking like joke around, sorry to curse, if I didn't joke around, or if I just went back to work, maybe that would have been a difference. So that's one of the reasons why I switched and became.
Yeah, but you can't, like, you got to think, like, you can't just, before we go back to the Knicks talk, you can't look at that way or it'll eat you alive. You got to look at the differences you did make, because you can't save everybody. Like, this is such a lesser scale, but as a coach, I deal with a lot of kids that like come from bad homes or this, that, and the third. And like, I've made a difference in their lives, but there's some that I didn't. And I hear, how they turn out, and it's like, well, what if I could have done different? Well, you know what? You can't fix everybody. You can't do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally different.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, you can't look at what you didn't do. You got to look at what you did do.
Absolutely.
And that you did your best. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did your best. Right. You make a difference in the world. Kudos to you. Not everybody can do everything.
Yeah, salute to you. Yeah.
You're not Superman, you know?
I have friends like supervisors that are like literally working right now. Shout out to anyone who's a first responder. Shout out to State of the New York Knicks podcast. Like, he's actually in the hospitals. Anybody who's doing it, first responders. I know Chuck is he's a correctional officer. He has to do it for a lot. I know the prison system they don't give them adequate PPE that they should be having. So shout out to Chuck and anybody else.
Salute to them, man, for real.
Yep.
But back to the Knicks being the Nets in the playoffs.
Wait. So, but we don't know
what you didn't do.
Yeah, we don't know the second half of the season schedule yet.
Right.
Or...
No, we do.
We do.
We were looking ahead. We were looking ahead a little bit.
Like how many times we gonna play them in this for the whole season period, right? So
I think we got like 2 or 3 more games against them.
And we lost one, so if we could get 2
without anybody except KD, like they had only KD, and they've been blowing by teams without KD. Like
these guys,
I mean,
go ahead.
I hate them, yo.
We all hate them. The weakest superstars make the weakest moves, and that's what they did. KD's a weak dude. He made a weak move joining at 73-19. I don't care. Call me emotional.
LA beat them yesterday. LA beat them yesterday, though, didn't they?
No.
Who won?
They lost.
No, we beat them. We beat them. Yeah, we beat them. But not we. Sorry. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm so sorry. It's not. Day defense.
Chop, see
Yo,
yourself
Chop, you
out.
about to be
See
fired, bro.
yourself
Yeah, I'm
out.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I refuse to
You
call
guys
the
ever watch
Nets.
King of the
I
Hill?
refuse to call the Nets Brooklyn.
You guys ever
Seriously.
watch King of the Hill?
Yeah.
Bobby,
Yep.
we'll ask him
Uncle Freezy, they gonna take me in the
politely yet
back and
firmly
jump
to
me.
leave.
Bobby.
Politely yet firmly, we ask him to leave.
Uncle Freezy, they gonna jump me in the back. Freezy, help me.
He's about to come on and say, you did this to yourself.
Oh man.
You
No,
did
but
it
it's
yourself,
I,
I don't even know why I
feel
said
I
that.
feel the same way. Like I went to high school, like right where the Barclay is at. I cannot see myself calling the Brooklyn Nets the Brooklyn Nets. Like
Yo, dude,
Downtown, Brooklyn Tech.
no, I went
Laughlin?
to, I went to the old Sarah J.
Brooklyn
Hell.
Tech.
That
Oh,
is
Little
Brooklyn High
Kim
School
went
of
there.
Arts.
Oh, Savage J. Hell. Oh,
Mhm.
I went to Tech.
oh, you went to Tech?
Oh, you went? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You did say you went to Tech. Yeah.
Oh, right there on DCAB.
So I feel sometimes I love the fact that Brooklyn finally got an arena, that we finally got a team, that we finally got like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Barclays is dope. Like everything outside of the Nets. Even I love their initial marketing. Even like Jay really kind of like,
Oh God.
he started their initial swag right.
Then be a Nets fan, Free Keith.
But Nets,
Don't give
though,
him no credit.
But Nets, I cannot like. I will never say Nets like, oh, Brooklyn. We about to play Brooklyn. Nah, we playing the Nets.
They're sorry.
Like we're playing the Nets
from Jersey,
New Jersey Nets, right?
It's still the Jersey Nets by way of Brooklyn, yo.
So anyway,
I'm not calling them Brooklyn.
When's our next game? Tonight? Tomorrow? When's our next game? Let's talk
Tomorrow, Golden State.
Golden State. What do you guys see happening with Golden State?
I look at any game. I look at any game as winnable.
Okay, yeah, technically, but I mean, still, there's game. I mean, we already beat Golden State. I was just asking what you guys see happening.
If there's a possibility that Steph's not playing,
see, we hypnotize him and tell him it's the NBA Finals.
But Steph,
no, I think Steph was pulled out of game. He was pulled out the last game. I don't know if it was for COVID.
What's scary to me is that it's the first game that the Garden's going to have like people in the stands with fans, and Steph loves to play.
Julius misses one layup, they're gonna boo him.
No.
No, I'm just playing.
as soon as Payton misses a three, they're gonna start booing him.
They'll hear him just like it's a max crowd.
No, as soon as Payton hits the floor, they're gonna start booing him.
Yeah,
the fans gonna be like, "We want Frank. We want Frank."
Oh my God! If there's some Frank,
we want DSJ.
Well, I don't think like the hardcore fans are going to be there. Like they gave out like 15 or 2,000 tickets, and they were overpricing them. So I don't think any
tourists or rich people.
They really weren't like they sold out in no time flat. I saw
in like 20 minutes, right? In like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. I didn't even get a chance to think about it, but like it was like, you know, there was a couple tickets for like a couple seats for like $120 and another one. It wasn't like I thought it was about to be highway robbery, but
I would have bought it. Seats are probably like
they only putting them out 3 games at a time though.
Well, people gotta understand the best way to get tickets is always going to the box office. That's how you get the best tickets, because when you go to the box office and you go on these websites like StubHub or any of these sites that sell tickets, those are people they buy tickets from people that already brought them and they sell it so they can make a profit. So a lot of those sites is like season ticket holders. They buy season tickets. Yeah. So the best way to go, like whenever I want to go to like any Yankee game or like Citi Field, best way to do is go to the day of. They have to sell out a certain amount of tickets. After a certain time, if they don't hit that threshold, they start selling the tickets for like half the price because they have to fill the attendance.
Right, that's
but at the same time, like that doesn't work when it's 10% capacity.
No. I know, but what I'm saying is that if you what I'm saying is that if you go on StubHub right now, they're reselling tickets. Is what I'm saying. If you brought them directly from the box office or from the Knicks, they're going to be low price. Go to secondary like sites right now, and they're through the roof.
What's that thing? Simo used to put up SeatGeek. SeatGeek. Can you buy tickets from SeatGeek? I forgot.
It's the same thing like StubHub.
Oh, okay.
They're not terrible.
They're not terrible.
There's certain sites that are fair because they do have. They're like you said, they're trying to make a profit, right? So they can't just. It's not a charity. So, but they're pretty fair. I'd say SeatGeek is pretty fair.
Okay.
There's certain sites that are fair, but there's some that are just ridiculous. But anyway, like so
Do we know that?
So Curry might be
Is he
out, right?
available? Yeah, is he available? Yeah, back to that. Yeah, is he available or
He's probably
can
going
you
under hypnosis right now.
can you pull it up? Can you
Steph,
pull it up?
It's game 7.
Can you pull it up? Heck, on the
Throw your
Hold on,
mouthpiece.
I'm trying to look it up right now. Hold on.
And then I don't even know why I'm following what you call it, something from Lakers. It popped up on my phone.
Wait a minute, you're following the Lakers. You said
Yeah.
we with the Nets. What are you doing, Chop?
Listen, I just follow sports because I don't watch too much games. I'll be sleeping sometimes, and I work late night. But it popped up on Twitter. I think they said that the Lakers are definitely pursuing DeMarcus Cousins. So that's out of the question for us getting it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
It's still
It
saying
came in this morning.
saying Curry has a possibility.
So he's questionable, doubtful, day to day. What is he? Probable?
They say improbable.
Oh,
Probable.
great.
Remember, Damian Lillard was probable, and he still played when we played him, right? Or questionable. So
Yeah, you never know. But you don't want to just try to hope we skid by against teams with injured people or this or that. We want to beat them at their best. The competitor, you want to beat the good teams. You know what I mean? You want to beat teams with their best players to win games.
Yeah, but you
hey,
still take a
I
win.
think Draymond Green will get thrown out again.
Draymond Green. Oh God, you want to talk about riding coattails?
He's gonna get thrown out again.
If the Knicks drafted him with our organization, he would have been worse than Frank.
Nah, if the Knicks, I can see if the Knicks drafted him, he could have turned into our David Lee.
Welcome to the Knicks morning drive.
His spirit ain't Frank. His spirit ain't Frank's spirit. Like, there's no way in the world he would have became Frank.
Nah, he's just not that good.
Not Frank.
He'd have been our new Oakley.
Don't disrespect Oakley like that. Draymond Green ain't tough like Charles Oakley. Stop it.
You sure? I mean, he's
Charles. If Charles Oakley ever tried to fight Draymond Green, even at his age right now, Draymond just back up.
Yeah,
he
but
got knocked out by Tristan Thompson.
Wait, what?
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He got slapped silly in the club by Tristan Thompson. He ain't no tough.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Tristan Thompson. He was talking all that trash, and Tristan Thompson walked straight up to him in the club and just two-pieced him. He didn't do nothing.
I gotta pull it up. I think I remember that.
TMZ broke like the story on that.
It was
something about
okay.
He made fun of Tristan's. He made fun of
I
Tristan
wish Tristan
his wife
Thompson
or
would do
something.
that on the court.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Tristan Thompson did it to him. So come on.
Wow.
If he can't kick you in your, you know what, he ain't fighting. If he can't kick you in the, you know what, he ain't fighting.
Draymond Green. What was that other dude that they had on Golden State?
Could you imagine if he would have fought Steven
John,
Adams man to man instead of kicking him in his stuff? What would have happened to Draymond Green? He'd have played with that little boy.
Yeah, listen, that's not a pretty place to play with, man.
No, I'm saying Steven Adams, though, he's a tough SOB. I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, Steven Adams grew up playing rugby. There's different type of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
when your version,
if you would have straight up fought him,
when your version of tag where you grew up is you guys beating up and punching on each other, you're a different type of person.
Mm-hmm. No, it's I feel like if Curry's out, then it should be. I don't want to jinx it, but it should be. You know what I would say. But
Wiggins,
I mean, even with Curry, I feel like. Would you guys go more of the route of letting him get off and stopping everybody else, or putting too much effort into containing him and someone else gets off because they're left open? Like, you know, we try to trap him or double him.
I mean,
and someone kills us.
If we don't have the manpower, then yeah, like you gotta hold him down and like you hold him down and like let somebody else be the one that have to attack.
No, that's what I was asking. Which way would you go?
I mean, a man-to-man press, no switching. Man-to-man press, no switching.
Some people would say
that's not
double
going to work.
Curry.
That's not going to work with you. That's not going to
work with Curry. Curry pulls up from the half court line.
Yeah, if you pulling up from the half court, like you're pulling a man too far out of the damn rotation.
You're gonna have to play Curry baseline to baseline.
Some people's philosophy would be double Curry, trap him, get the ball out of his hands, and then the risk of that is, you know, letting someone like Oubre or Wiggins all of a sudden go off, whatever the case. And then the next thing would be let him cook stop everybody else, and you run the risk of him getting 70 on you. You know,
As
so
much
it's
as,
like,
as much as guys hate on Mitch, like this is the kind of game like I would love to have Mitch for his versatility.
every game is a game you'd love to have Mitch.
Oh, me personally, yeah. Like some guys really kind of like talk down about him. Like I don't.
I ain't saying he's perfect, but he's better than Todd Gibson when it comes to rim protection. I mean, we lose to that after Noel. There's nothing. There's no rim protection.
Oh, facts.
With Mitch and Noel, you at least had 48 minutes of solid rim protection, even if Noel wasn't having the best night, or they both have flaws. But when Taj is in there, you don't have no rim protection. He can body somebody, but then once they meet, once they get to their spot, he can't block. Like he couldn't block Cat last night. Cat just blew the wide open shot.
I mean, but yeah, Cat is also like a top player. So
I'm just saying, like, for example, Mitch could at least have been you would have gave him more of a puncher's chance to, let's say, block the shot or contest it over Taj. I'm not saying
but Cat could spread the floor. Remember, he could shoot from the top too.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, in that instinct where Cat missed that wide open shot, it wouldn't have been as wide open if Mitch was there. He missed it regardless. We won the game regardless. I'm just saying I'd rather have Mitch.
I just like Mitch's versatility, being able to step out to the perimeter really quick.
He's not the best at closing out, but he's the best closeout center we have.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean.
Like his footwork, his foot positioning is a little suspect at times, but he's getting a lot better in every facet. So you can't really clown him too much or knock him too much. But
Taj did block Karl Anthony Towns' shot last night. That was his one block.
I'm saying
he did?
when he missed that wide open shot at the end. I'm talking, you know what I mean?
Chrissy Trey just reminded me, but I'm looking it up like I did. Yeah, he got one block off.
I know that, but I'm saying like that's one block where Mitch could have had 3, 4. You know what I mean?
Mitch's block's been down though. His defense,
I know that, but he could.
His defense has been up. His defensive awareness.
He's not just leaving his feet.
He's not fouling.
What I'm saying is, if Mitch had to block a shot, I'd rather him try than Taj Gibson.
Fact.
I'd rather him try to contest a shot than Taj Gibson. I like Taj a lot. I like him on the team.
Yeah, Taj is smart. He's a smart player, but like he has limitations.
Right.
And just then and to like see like the growth and the progress of Mitch, like from last year to now. Like, yeah, at the beginning of the season, like preseason, he was a bit upset about like not starting like preseason games. But I feel like Mitch needed to like get kicked in the ass,
Was he though? I don't feel like I feel like fans are saying that. I don't.
No. He was like, you seen it like on his tweet. Like he would tweet some certain things. He would like post on his IG story, and I get it because like, and I make this. This is all the Knicks' fault because last year the Knicks gave him like a segment comedy. Like,
he did this. He just dropped another one. Did
with the Obi, with Obi, him and Obi.
His forehead. They called it box head.
Yeah. But that started happening recently. It wasn't the same thing like last year. So it's like the Knicks.
Well, now that he's hurt, they're letting him do it.
Exactly.
Now that he's hurt, what the heck, But I mean, where do you guys see Obi Toppin fitting in with this team? Like, if let's say Julius keeps playing the way he is this year and next year, and we sign him, what do you do with Obi? Let's say you sign Julius to a 4-year, $100-something million deal, because if he plays like this year, gets us to the playoffs, and next year gets us to the playoffs, he deserves it.
I say we keep Obi. We're gonna need somebody to come off the bench to play that power forward. You want to
draft him 8th to come off the bench, though. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know. It's just.
But he's still a rookie. He's still a rookie.
I'm saying next year. I'm saying after next year. Let's say Julius gets a long deal and is part of the future. What do you do with Obi?
Like you said, you keep him. You keep him. I'd say this: like, if the talent is there. If the talent is there, you won't be able to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really keep thinking that like just because he only gets the minutes that he gets right now during the games, that like cats aren't seeing what they see during practice. But you're not going to be able to hide the talent. If the talent is starting level talent or whatever, and they can't find a way to play him with Randall, I feel like he gets traded.
Trade him or trade Randall?
Trade him.
That's what I wanted someone to say, because that's about what I'm at.
No, but I actually think like the jury isn't out on Obi yet.
No, it's not. I'm just saying if it goes the way I think it's gonna go.
I'm one of the few that think that like that
Chop,
backup
they're
role
coming
might
for
be
you.
that backup role
Oh,
might
snap.
be bad.
Yeah.
Not be a
Chop, they're
bad
coming for you.
position for him for like for this season and maybe the next season.
Chop,
Or
they're
like,
coming for you.
definitely, I'm
Who's
not
that coming from? Is that coming from you, Chop?
Yeah, you see what you did, Zach? You got them coming for me now.
They're coming. I heard you were a Brooklyn Nets fan. Get in the back. Get in the back. Process this man now.
And I still want to see him. I feel like there's the story isn't 100% told on him at
Not
the
at
3.
all. It's only 31 games into the
On
season.
him at the 3.
Right.
Yeah, it's just his lateral movement is really bad for someone who's 6'9", 220, and an athletic freak. He can't move side to side very well. He can't backpedal well. He can't close out well. I don't know if you're going to be able to fix that. Like, that's certain things. Like, he should have been known his footwork by now. Like, he should have been honed that in. Like, in his lateral quickness, that should be not something you develop while you're in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mitch, the way he moves is a little suspect at times, but he has lateral quickness.
Right, he does.
He has that athletic ability. Same with even like Julius Randle. I'm not saying he's able to play the 3, but he's got some quick feet and he's got some good footwork.
Yeah.
But like Obi doesn't have that. I don't think he can play the 3. Like, he's a rim runner at best right now. He's not a very good floor spacer. He's not a good shooter. I mean, I don't care. I mean, his shot is not that good. I mean, what does he do? Like? Do you really work on building your team, or keep a guy that's just a rim runner at the 4, and you want to put him at the 3? I don't know.
I mean, this is why we got to allow Kenny Payne and the staff. This is, we have a developing staff now.
Right.
I just want to see where they take him. I'm not opposed to trading him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we 2 months in on him. I'm cool. Right. Like, yeah, I'm not like.
Now, if
I'm not
let's say
quickly him right now.
Let's say quickly didn't hit, and he was like the supposed to be second rounder that everybody thought. I feel like there'd be a lot more pressure on Obi to deliver. But now that we got a good draft pick and quickly, like definitely right away, I feel like it takes some pressure off of Obi and the way Julius is playing.
Oh, definitely. And I always give
100% the way Julius is playing is taking a lot more pressure off. Like, because you have people who still think like, oh, like that's
trade Randall for anything.
That's the reason why we don't see like this great Obi that we saw in college is because Randall is taking all of the.
People still think Reggie Bullock's the reason Knox isn't playing well. Like, what? He couldn't beat him out for a reason. You know, like
that's what people don't understand.
Sometimes players got to be held accountable. Like they can't even beat out Reggie Bullock. You know what I mean?
And I give Obi somewhat a very small benefit of the doubt for the fact that, let's not forget, he was this small. He was 6 feet from his junior year, and then his his senior year, he grew 9 inches. So
pulled a Scottie Pippen on him.
Robin?
Put a Scottie Pippen on him.
Exactly, but it's like Obi was used to playing with
quick feet.
But Obi was used to playing with such a small body. So he's only played like
he should have quick feet and guard skills, and he doesn't.
But he's only played 4 years of organized ball in that body that he has, and you've seen the progression and how much better he's gotten. He's gotten year to year to year. This is the only time that he's not getting the minutes to put up the numbers.
That's at Dayton, and this is at the Mecca. Like when you got a. This is the league. Like when you got a mismatch against a guy like Chetty Osman and you can't do nothing with it, and right. you were a post dominant player in college, and you look lost in the post in a mismatch. That's alarming to me.
I mean, basically,
I played outside a little bit. He did a lot of pick and roll, but a lot of times you watch his film, he was dominant when he was in the post, and now
he was playing against boys.
Exactly what I'm saying, Chop.
Right, that's basically you saying that. When he's
playing against grown men, even when it's a mismatch, he can't take advantage of it. So that's alarming to me.
But still learning the NBA and still learning how to work with your body.
I get that.
And it's not
what happened to Freezy's little thing? It's just a white little like
James Dolan
generic thing now.
Dolan got him.
Got him.
Yeah, I'm not
trying to put a Nets thing on.
Like
there.
this is. I'm not.
Yeah, chat. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said we, but I'm so sorry. Don't beat me up, guys.
And then you got Laker notifications. You should have just.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Is
Josh,
that
Boogie,
blame,
you're
for?
not
Josh,
talking
blame it on
again for another
ESPN.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Josh, blame it on ESPN.
yeah, that was ESPN that came in. It was something from ESPN that I've been following. That's what it was. Yeah, they said Lakers are definitely pursuing.
Oh man. So did you guys see Isaiah Thomas look well in the Team USA team game or scrimmage or whatever it was? How he put up like 19 points and looked solid.
He's still alive.
Look like his burst. Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah, but he looked like his burst was back a little bit.
Why
You
you
know?
trying? You trying to
No,
get
I'm
Boston?
just bringing it out there.
You trying to get
Boston Isaiah Thomas?
You
Do
trying
you
to
put
get
do you put Jared Harper down in the G League and bring up Isaiah Thomas for a little spark off the bench, a little shooting?
Wait. We still got Jared Harper?
I think he's in the G. He's in the G League. He's in the G League.
I forgot about him.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, he could give a little bit of offense. Like if Quickly and
to me are
Rose
little
are struggling,
moves,
you
I
can.
think. Those
if
are
they're
the
struggling-
little moves that make a difference, I think.
If you're struggling, you can get an IT in there. Maybe, you know, give us 5 minutes of buckets. You know, do what you got to do, something like that for vet minimum. What the heck, you know?
If
If it don't work, you release him again.
If he wasn't running to LA, scooping a discount Boogie and a discount IT right now would be so, like, I feel like those would be understated boss moves that cats wouldn't even be.
Low risk, high
risk,
reward.
yeah. And as long
Low
as
risk, high reward. I like that.
If we was to bring him in, just don't let him speak to like the media because don't let
He'll
him talk,
sign
don't
and
let
be
him
like,
do.
guess what? You're gonna have to bring the Brinks truck.
Bring the Brinks
No, he's oh well, Julius needs to do this and Julius needs
who's
to do
Julius
that.
Randle? Pass me the ball.
Nah. If we can sign him and like revoke his like press pass, then I'll be okay with it.
What's up, Freezy? You got anything you want to add? you want to kill us about our ideas real quick?
He's snoozing on us.
But he just brought himself in, so he's awake.
Oh man, Freezy, what's up, baby? I'm about to get off
Alert.
this in a little bit.
I want to hear a story.
What? You trying to say something? He unmuted himself.
Remember Slick Rick?
Yo, man,
Uncle Freezy, tell us a story, Uncle Freezy.
I'm about to fall asleep, man.
I can't.
You breaking up?
You break it up,
So-
Freezy.
Okay, so peace to everybody.
I think he's trying to end it, but I can't.